Hey, I'll be straight with you. The government is not going to protect your health. You are. That's why I want to tell you about All Family Pharmacy out of Boca Raton, Florida. They work with licensed doctors and pharmacists to help you get prepared with emergency medications. So please go to allfamilypharmacy.com/bill. Use code BILL10 for 10% off your entire order. Tell them O'Reilly sent you. That's allfamilypharmacy.com/bill. Code BILL10. Don't wait. On this Thursday, most Americans don't watch 60 Minutes, but if you are over 35 years old, you probably heard of the program. Thanks to Mike Wallace, Don Hewitt, Ed Bradley, Morley Safer, the CBS News magazine is a huge profit generator to this day. However, CBS reporter Scott Pelley says new management headed by Larry and David Ellison are trying to murder the program. That's overstated, of course. They may be trying to rough it up a bit, but homicide is not profitable. Having worked at CBS News a long time ago, I can testify that a liberal culture took root after anchorman Walter Cronkite retired and Dan Rather took over. Bernie Goldberg wrote a whole book about that called Bias. Mr. Rather did not like said book. Now reform is in the air. No longer will Leslie Stahl, for example, be allowed to defend Hunter Biden's laptop, or other correspondents demean President Trump, as Norah O'Donnell recently tried to do. Mr. Trump is getting the blame for the cultural adjustment at 60 Minutes, and the president is certainly involved to some extent. But he is not an accessory to murder. The truth is 60 Minutes allowed an anti-Trump agenda to flourish. That's the real felony if honest reporting is the goal. Back in a moment. Homeowners, when is the last time you checked your home title? Scammers are everywhere and they're targeting your equity. With just a single forged document, they can file at the county. So don't wait until it's too late. Find out if you are already a victim today. Please go to HomeTitleLock.com. Use the promo code BILL to get a free title history report, plus a free trial of their $1 million triple lock protection. That is the Morning O'Reilly Update. More analysis later on.
This hour, the Vic Porcelli Show, brought to you by Connor Roofing. You can count on Connor for all your roofing needs. Visit ConnorRoofing.com. That's CONNER Roofing.com. Vic Porcelli.
Come on, you're Italian. You understand.
Every day is a busy day all of a sudden.
You talking to me? You talking to me?
Tough and smart, and I love Italian, so, he's definitely Italian.
At least I have this show to come and talk about it and let some stuff up.
What kind of a show are you guys putting on here today?
The Vic Porcelli Show.
Good morning, freedom fighters. Kenny Williams.
Good morning, Vic.
All right, man.
Good.
All right. Thursday proceedings getting underway. Karen Kataline will belong in just seconds. Ken, I think there's enough of it out there to do some Looney Tunes today.
Oh, there's always enough of that out
This
there.
Karen Kataline segment brought to you by Gingham's Family Restaurant. Locally owned and operated. Just south of 70 on Highway 94.
Ken, who's doing the Pledge of Allegiance for us today?
Okay, Vic, we've got Dan Oliver from the Veterans History Project.
Yes, I like Dan. Go ahead, Dan.
I'm Daniel Oliver.
We know.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, so the Scott Pelley story is making me nuts, Ken, because liberals don't understand that you can't go into your boss's office and just scream at them because they're your boss, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a boss you didn't like?
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Did you go into that person's office and start screaming at them?
Well, no, I didn't want to lose my job.
Oh, isn't that funny you say it that way?
Yeah.
Because that's what he did. He walked in, yelled at his boss, and got fired. That's how it works.
Yeah, and the whole thing about that is I thought it was interesting that the boss approached him initially and said, hey, let's go have dinner and talk, and let's see if we'll do some, collaboration, which is what he was intending to do as the new boss. And he said, no, go to hell. And then the following day, when they had this huge meeting,
Right.
called him out in front of everybody.
Yeah. Oh, they love that. Managers love
they-
that.
oh, they love that.
Oh, it's favorite thing. And so yeah, I just want to say, okay, that this happens all the time. It wasn't quite an echo in here, but everything you and I said about the Scott Pelley story yesterday came up on national news, like on Fox News. Jesse Waters even saying a version of "Don't give up what you want most for what you want now."
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was crazy. All right, are you ready to talk to our favorite Jewish friend? The one and only Karen Kataline.
Did you know that I'm married to a trucker? I feel like using a Yiddish word, famished. Toiling in front of my computer, I am. They're just too dumb to lie. He has the effect of 6 shots of scotch.
Good morning, Karen Kataline.
Hello, darling. I missed you.
Missed you too. Thank you for filling in. I asked you not
My
to be better
pleasure.
than me. You defied my orders. That's fine.
You're too kind.
So
You're too kind.
I think you'll like.
Yes.
I think you'll like this. I know you. So somebody knocking on your door.
No, that's me knocking on my desk. I'll
Okay.
stop that.
So there's something that we. All right. So do you watch NBC Today Show at all?
I used to. No more.
Okay, well,
Sorry.
I watch it so
You'll
you don't have to,
update me.
and report our findings.
Okay.
Ken and I watch it, report our findings to you. They got this snarky little White House reporter, okay? And I cannot even tell you this yet, but we never remember his name. It's Garrett Cock, so we called him Garrett Cocked.
Well, I could never remember it.
Easy to
but
remember.
but we'll remember that.
I remember that. Garrett Cocked.
That's not a compliment either.
No.
I know. And that's the good part about it, I guess, right?
He probably is because he's on NBC's The Today Show.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. Right.
So do you know how he spells his name, just out of curiosity? Or no?
I don't even know what his last name is.
Yeah, I don't even think
okay.
that's. No.
Heck, cock,
something.
vercocked. It's vercocked.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. All right. So I'm so sorry I took so long to get into this, but Tina Peters. Let's talk about Tina Peters a little bit, because I know you were concerned, and I know you were rooting for her to be released. She has now been released.
Yes, she has,
And
she's been
Well, I think she didn't do anything wrong.
Well, no, she didn't, and nobody. You're going to hate this. Nobody explained it better and more eloquently.
Oh, here we go.
Than John Zamirak
Yeah.
on Monday.
Uh-huh.
He wanted to talk about it. I went, oh, good. I wish Vic were here, but he's busy.
Why don't you two just go get a room?
Yeah, I know.
Did you get my little comment in the comment box? I said one ice cream soda for Karen and John, 2 straws.
No, I didn't. I didn't see that. I'm sorry.
I was talking to you
I'm
guys.
sorry.
Whatever.
my husband has the Jewish guilt thing going. He said, why do I bother?
Right.
Why do I bother talking to you? No, but he said it more beautifully than I could, because I maintain interest in Colorado because it's my hometown.
Yeah.
Well, Denver is my hometown, my home state. And on the other hand, I don't have the access to the day-to-day. I just watch the big picture. Now, and so here's what happened. Tina Peters, if anybody watched the My Pillow guy do that very long presentation about why he believed that the 2020 election was fixed, Tina Peters was quite prominently featured there. So that made her a major target because she was an election official. Don't have any kind of notes in front of me. And that made her the target on which the Democrats wanted to make an example. She's very, very Christian. And what she did was that she believed that there was shenanigans in elections going on in Colorado. Could that happen with the monopoly of power and of Democrats? And they've absolutely lost their minds in Colorado since then. And so she kept a copy of what she found as evidence because she was basically a whistleblower. Without a lot of hoopla, and getting into the weeds, which many of the weeds I don't know, The Secretary of State, Jenna, her name escapes me. She was guilty of exactly what Tina Peters was accused of, which was not accidental, because she was messing with the elections. And in fact, earlier that year, before the 2020 election, she was caught sending ballots to illegal aliens and then went, oops, sorry, never mind.
Yeah.
Just
Jenna
like
Griswold.
Emily Latella. Jenna Griswold, thank you.
Thank you,
Anna.
Ken.
Is he so great? He saved my bacon a couple of times. on
Ken? Oh,
Monday.
my God. Ken saves my ass every day. He's the
I'm
show.
telling you,
Yep.
he's wonderful.
Thank you, Karen.
Okay, don't get a big head.
No, I'm
We
not.
do
First of all,
appreciate
I can't.
you
he's
big
not
time.
that good, okay? He's just all right. No, I'm kidding. So
Anyway, I
yeah.
just had a brain interruption there. Yes, Jenna Griswold, who that's why they were trying to cover up what Jenna Griswold did, because she is a Soros bought and paid for SOS. So she was willing. Tina Peters was, it was a misdemeanor at best. And another corrupt judge gave her 9 years in prison. So to top it off, not only did I'm not willing to give much credence to the governor who did pardon her. Everybody, all the Republicans are going, oh, and there's even some Republicans who basically said, well, if she did something wrong, she should pay for it. They didn't come to her defense at all, Tina Peters. People are now saying, oh, well, to his credit, I must disagree with John Zemara because that's what he said. To his credit, I don't give him much credit at all because he let her waste away in jail. She's over 70 years old in prison for being a whistleblower. And you know how it is. If the subject of the whistleblower is angry and hostile and going after the whistleblower, you know that where there's smoke, there's fire, and there is. So now she's free, and the Democrats went after Jared Polis. Saying they're furious at him because they wanted Jenna Griswold to fry, to rot. They have no compassion in their heart. As an aside, never mind that the radical left activists can, and I know everybody's said this, but it puts a fine point on it. They can call somebody they hate a Hitler, but when an actual Nazi comes along, let's give them the benefit of the doubt. There is nothing honest, fair, or reasonable about these people. So that's what happened. Now, to top it off, Tina was very, very kind and thanked him and admitted wrongdoing, which was probably the terms of her getting out. And the whole thing was so disgraceful that it was hard for me to even follow it because this is what communist countries do.
We said that
End of sentence.
almost word for word, Trump's a Nazi. Trump's a Nazi. Oh, this guy's a Nazi. Yay, we love Nazis.
Yeah.
So
or the forgive me, the Bernie Sanders thing.
right. So
Well, not everybody's perfect.
right. Hitler. Man, come on, nobody's perfect. So you mentioned Mike Lindell, and
Yes.
with all the things that happened to him, some of his products were not actually exposed enough. So here's a product of Mike Lindell's that you may not have heard about, but I think are still available.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and I'm excited to bring you the best price ever on my exclusive Gaza Dream Bed sheets. If you're on the front line fighting Hamas, you need the best sleep possible on my exclusive Gaza Dream Bed sheets, made from the finest cotton in the world, grown only in a region between the Golan Heights, the Dead Sea, and the West Bank. My Gaza Dream Bed sheets will get you the great night's sleep you need to kill Hamas terrorists. Order now and get a pair of my pillow slippers to sneak up on those Hamas terrorists. Use the number on your screen and use the promo code SHALOM. Please order now.
My favorite part are the slippers.
I know you have that. Ken loves the slippers. He can sneak up on those Hamas terrorists.
You know what I expected is that this is a new style of Gaza Dream Sheets. They have lots of holes in them.
Well, we did that so long ago. Everything was still going on at the time. But I couldn't believe nobody except two guys from St. Louis thought of instead of Giza Dream Sheets, Gaza Dream Sheets. It's right there. The joke is
Very
right there.
funny. Low-hanging fruit, baby.
Yeah, exactly right. All right, in our rest of our time, the rest of our time here in California, Ken, does anybody watch anybody count votes?
I don't know.
Or anywhere in the United States?
No, I have no idea because I'm just getting. I get more angry by every minute that I'm on social media yesterday because they were like, "Oh, Spencer is doing an amazing job, amazing." Wait a minute. Oh, he flipped just 60 points. Oh, now he's doing really, really bad. I mean, it was just out of the blue.
Well, duh.
Well,
they're going to keep counting until he loses. We know that.
Doesn't anybody watch the counting? I mean, honestly, I'm asking,
No.
what's the process?
They don't.
I don't know.
Well, the left totally controls the elections, controls the voting. They want us to believe that San Diego, Orange County, is that the same thing? Orange County completely flipped to the radical left. Years ago, they flipped. You may also have read, I posted a Benny Johnson video in which he details that this is just a teeny weeny example of how elections in California are not fair and reasonable. There are 26 registered voters at a toilet in Los Angeles.
My question is, how can they do an audit before there's a decision made? Because it was the craziest thing. He was way up, and they said, "Well, we've got some votes coming. We're going to have to take a break here and just count all the votes." And when they came back, almost none of them were for Spencer Pratt.
How can that be?
And you know what? You are a threat to democracy if you ask that question.
I know.
Ken's a
I
threat
get
to
that every day,
democracy.
pretty much.
It's preposterous.
And I just find it absolutely astonishing that going back to the year 2000, when they were putting boards up or cardboard, whatever they were putting on the windows where they count the ballots.
2020?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And nobody said anything. It was just okay. You'd think Scott Pelley would be in there saying, this is not the way we count votes.
Well, Karen, Vic said then, he said, well, wait a minute, they shut it down. Plumbing issue. There was a big, huge plumbing blowout. Like the whole place was flooded, right? No, it was a faucet that was left on or something.
You know what gets my goat? Excuse me.
I didn't know you had a goat.
More than I have a goat somewhere. Is that I try to judge character in politics the way I would in my own personal life. If people know more publicly than ever that California is guilty of the worst fraud, abuse, and treachery in taking our tax dollars and robbing people in hospice, what could be more evil? Or people who have autism, they have an autistic child or whatever, and they're laundering hundreds of thousands of millions of dollars. Who in their right mind thinks that this same bunch of criminals would not cheat in an election so they don't have to run against Spencer Pratt? Come on.
Well, people don't know that because they only watch the mainstream media, and they're not going to get that story about the hospice fraud and everything else. You know who was hurt emotionally the most about the hospice fraud? My wife, who was a hospice nurse for 4 years.
Oh, I didn't realize that. I mean, I kind of remember. It's just
takes a special person.
It's
to
a
do that.
morally reprehensible on so many levels. As a social worker, I totally jive with your wife.
Yeah,
it is.
absolutely.
It isn't just criminal. It's morally reprehensible.
Mm-hmm.
And I have no words for that kind of evil. I really don't.
All right, you going to be around Monday? Are you going fishing? Are you going to date with John Zemerick? What are you doing? You going to be here Monday or what?
I think I could probably squeeze you in.
Yeah, put us on your calendar. The great Carrie Kataline, everybody. Thank you so much.
The great Vic Porcelli.
I don't know about that.
And Ken Williams.
Yeah, he's all right.
See ya.
He's not
Thanks,
good.
Ken. See ya.
He's
Bye.
not that good. Okay. So I thought about something, Ken.
Yeah.
And I think I thought about it wrong. I know you're shocked to hear that. But the country is celebrating its semi-quincentennial, right?
Yeah.
And we're celebrating our quin.
I guess.
Right?
I don't know if that's what that means, but,
Then I thought, well, quin, maybe that means 500. No. Quincentennial, 500. So I think I'm right.
You're talking about, I have no idea.
Come on, it's just fun with words.
It is fun, and the words are good. I just don't know if they mean what they.
Well, what I'm trying to say is America turns 250, and this radio station turns 5 in a month, in about a month. It's very exciting. And we got Looney Tunes coming up next on 101.9 and 94.1. Hey, Ken's playing Queen. News Talk STL.
Follow us on Rumble at NewstalkSTL. The Vic Porcelli Show.
If they have to pay out $159 billion less.
On News Talk STL. St. Louis's place to talk.
Freedom of speech is one of the anchors of our society.
News Talk STL.
Hey, folks, Jamie Allman here for Newstedter's Fine Jewelry right there at Doherty Ferry and Big Bend. WowDiamonds.com. It's Wow Diamonds for a reason. These are beautiful lab-grown diamonds. They are gorgeous. They will blind you when you walk in and see them, but that's a good thing. Great engagement sets, wedding sets, all these beautiful God-created gems, sapphires, rubies, you name it, garnets, and also all the gold you need, and the famous Bull of a Watch, WowDiamonds.com.
If you're considering an annuity as part of your retirement plan, we need to talk. Hi, I'm Bob Stockdale, Senior Vice President Investments with the ClearPath Wealth Management Group at Stifel, and host of On the Money Saturday mornings at 9 on News Talk STL 1019. Annuities can be a useful tool for some retirement investors, but not all annuities are created equal. Every week, we meet clients who own complex annuities that don't suit their needs and, in some cases, actively undermine their retirement plan. Before you purchase an annuity, get a second opinion from the ClearPath Wealth Management Group at Stifel. Requesting a consultation is free of charge. To request a free consultation, contact us at clearpathinvesting.com. That's clearpathinvesting.com, or call us at 636-695-2650. That's clearpathinvesting.com or 636-695-2650. Stifel Nicholas and Company Incorporated, member NYSE and SIPC.
Dozens of out-of-state law firms are crashing into St. Louis trying to get your business. My advice, rely on a hometown firm. Under Law has been here for years. There are lawyers raising their families right alongside yours. And when you're injured by someone's careless actions, you are entitled to full compensation. You want lawyers who will not bend to big insurance, but will stand defiantly protecting you. Under Law, O-N-D-E-R, underlaw.com. Under wins.
Talk lines are open now at 314-912-1019. The Vic Porcelli Show.
My father's no different than any other powerful man. Like a senator or a president.
You know how naive you sound.
Why?
Senators and presidents don't have men killed.
Who's being naive?
On News Talk STL.
All right. Welcome to 101.9 and 94.1 News Talk STL. This is Rush, right?
Yeah.
Bastille
I just love it.
Yeah. No, that's all good. So at 9:41, Ken, with your permission, I would like to talk more about the Scott Pelley story. Is that okay with you?
Yeah.
Because people on the left, I swear to God, they are just out of their minds. I know that sounds so elementary and vague, but he got fired for screaming at his boss.
Right.
I don't care what business you're in or how much money. You know, this is the grief to ratio thing. Remember we talked about the grief to ratio?
Yeah.
I mean, grief to dollar ratio?
Yeah, yes.
This is it. This is grief to ratio, grief to dollar ratio, and the grief just got more than the dollars.
Yeah, I think TDS is the play here also, though, Vic, and then you get the whole dynamic of the left in their bubble and all this stuff to where they think, well, no, everybody agrees with me, so therefore you shut up, boss.
The key word there is everybody.
Yes.
Right?
Their bubble.
Right.
And so they feel like, well, no, I'm right, so I don't care what position you're in. Okay, don't you dare fire me, because if you fire me, all my people behind me are going to protect me. That's his thought, but obviously he was wrong.
and how wrong is he to put people who don't make that kind of money, put their necks on the chopping block?
Yes. I agree with that.
All right, we'll talk about that in a minute. Right now, though, Ken, I think it's time for Looney Tunes. All right, they're getting more and more Looney Tunes every day.
Yeah.
Democrat Tim Kaine, he graduated from clown school, didn't he?
I think so.
I think he did too. On CNN, refusing to denounce a Nazi, Graham Plattner.
But are you comfortable having a potential colleague with a Nazi tattoo that he knew was a Nazi tattoo in 2019, took him years afterward to get rid of it?
Casey, I'm just going to answer the same way I just answered you. Anything I say is going to be played somewhere in Maine. Maine voters need to make this call. Once they do make the call, I'm sure I'm going to have some things to say. But as far as next Tuesday goes, that's the primary day. There's 3 names on the ballot. Maine Democrats will decide.
So if you come back on Wednesday of next week, we could ask you and you might answer?
When you ask me, when the primary is said and done, I'll tell you what I think.
Is that Jen Psaki?
I don't think so.
Casey Hunt?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
But the bottom line here is, if someone on the right was wearing a Nazi insignia of any kind, any way, shape, or form, tattoo, I'd be saying, well, I can't defend that. What are you talking about? That's indefensible to me.
Another thing that came up last night was how they called Donald Trump a Nazi. What you're talking about, if a Republican had a Nazi tattoo, how about Donald Trump that has no Nazi tattoos? And
has never, give us an example of him being a Nazi.
Right.
Even. Yeah.
He's a true blue, 100% blue-blooded, red-blooded American.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And we called him Nazi. Nazi, Nazi, Nazi. Now there's a Nazi, actual Nazi, running for U.S. Senate, and the Democrats love him just because he's a Democrat.
Which is really interesting because this whole time it was Russia, 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 Nazi, 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 fascism, and now that they have someone running who actually has something Nazi on him, and actually his past is favorable to what we're talking about here, they're all for him. It boggles the mind.
Now, here, just to make it a little more confusing.
It's Looney, Vic.
It's Looney Tunes. Just to make it a little more confusing, aggravating, he's running against Susan Collins, who is a Republican. You might not know it by the way she votes. So, you know the meme that people use it for everything. There's 2 red buttons.
Yes.
Left and right, and one will have a terrible choice. The other one will have another terrible choice.
Yeah.
So that meme, somebody made Susan Collins or a Nazi. Which one do I push?
Yeah, right.
Susan Collins or a Nazi? Now, here comes Vic the hypocrite, right? In this particular case, I like Susan Collins.
Well, that's not being a hypocrite.
Right. Because
if you have to vote, okay, if you're going to vote, you got to vote for somebody.
Right.
Well, you're not going to vote for the Nazi. Because we're not Nazi. We have nothing to do with Nazism. Even though they say it like that on the left, like it's a fact, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not true.
You're right. All right, let's do some more Looney Tunes from House Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries.
I think we all recognize the sensitivities of the moment in terms of an unprecedented Jim Crow-like assault on black political representation that has been unleashed by the Supreme Court's outrageous decision to gut the Voting Rights Act.
Jim Crow. Can you remind me, what percentage of black Americans are for showing ID to vote?
That are for it? Yeah. I think probably 95% of black Americans are
for it.
How about
that? So how can, what, they just can't throw phrases out and get credit for something.
And he used the words unleashed, that corrupt Supreme Court, unleashed. It's just wrong.
It is wrong. All right, let's do a couple more because I want to get them both in here, and I've got something else to say about something else. Does that make sense?
Gotcha.
Okay.
No, I'm with you.
Chuck Schumer, dodging questions about Graham Plattner, the Nazi.
On Graham Plattner, are you satisfied with the explanations he's given for the controversies his campaign has faced right now? Are you concerned about what you've heard?
I met with Graham Plattner today. We're going to beat Susan Collins and take back the Senate.
Yes.
So you're saying that Janet Mills, your preferred candidate, there's been rattlings that she should get back in. You're standing behind Graham Plattner, to be clear here?
We're going to beat Susan Collins and take back the Senate.
Yes.
does Democrats sticking behind Grant Plattner, does that hurt their credibility in attacking Ken Paxton?
We're going to beat Susan Collins and take back the Senate. Any other subject you got? Any other subject? Yes, you right there.
Do you believe that Janet Mills should unsuspend?
We're going to beat Susan Collins and take back the Senate. Last one.
You have not said if you're still endorsing Graham Plattner. Are you still supporting Graham Plattner?
As I said, I endorsed Graham Plattner. We're going to beat Susan Collins and take back the Senate. Thank you.
He's going to endorse a guy that he's not quite sure how to say his last name.
Yeah.
I called him Plattler.
I think he did. Let me see. Right.
Graham Plattler.
I think I got it right here.
I met with Graham Plattler today.
Plattler.
So we're talking about two different people?
I met with Graham Plattler today.
Maybe he's confused.
Yeah, maybe he doesn't know who he's talking about.
Maybe he knows someone named Graham Plattler for all we know.
And who doesn't have a Nazi insignia on his chest.
Exactly. All right, let's do one more.
All right.
And this is Democratic Senator Angela. Her name is also Brooks?
Yeah, that's what they said.
So if she was at a party and there was somebody named Brooks, you would say, this is Brooks, this is also Brooks. Oh, so your name is Brooks?
And I can see that maybe how that started.
Right. It's an Abbott and Costello routine waiting to happen. Anyway, she cares more about political power than character. So here we go.
What do you think about the controversies, the social media posts that leaked, and now this scandal of him soliciting?
I don't know him. Honestly, I've never met him. What I do know is that I'm supporting Democrats. We need Democrats in office to fight back against Donald Trump, and I'm supporting.
See, it doesn't matter who they're talking about, where they're talking about. It's fighting Donald Trump. This is the problem the Democrats are having. They have nothing to contribute to the American people, and I think the American people are starting to see that.
I hope so.
No matter what, whenever they're asked, any of these people, this person really I've never heard of, but the whole point of this clip is that it doesn't matter what they're thinking, what they're being asked. It's about Donald Trump, period.
We can't lose the Senate or the House. If we lose them both,
we're in trouble. I'm telling you, man.
I'm going to fall into a deep depression
that
you're going to have to pull me out of.
Well, Vic, here's the thing. If we lose that, and they're going, they even say it now, we're going right at Trump. We're going to be impeach, indict. We're never going to get another thing done until Donald Trump is either dead in jail or just somewhere out of the spotlight. It's just not going to happen if the Democrats are in power.
Really bugs me, Ken. Really bugs me. Okay, that's all. Tell me for Looney Tunes.
Oh, thanks.
Sorry. All right, I want to say something. Sorry, Woody. So I want to say something because we were talking about something yesterday, and I forgot to connect the dots, Ken. I'm pretty sure I forgot to connect the dots. I was telling you that Jessica and I like to watch this show To Catch a Smuggler, right?
Okay.
People smuggling in drugs or people or even vegetables and food.
Yeah.
Right? So they use the dogs. And one of the dogs, by the way, was a beagle. I was so glad he escaped Fauci and he got to smell drugs at the airport.
Yeah.
So these dogs just walk by a line of cars. Sometimes they don't even stop to sniff. They just walk and then, oh, wait, I smell something. And then they sit. They go into a sit position, and that means there's something going on. Check out what's going on in this car. Now, the reason I brought that up yesterday and the dots I meant to connect were, why didn't the Secret Service trust their dog the night of the correspondence dinner?
Yeah.
The dog did the same thing. He sat. Means he's in there.
Yeah.
Trust the dogs. Let's elect a dog for Senate, as long as there's a Republican.
Why not? And the dog I mentioned when we were at the airport who checked our stuff just walked by and the police officer had him checked, and then he went on his way. It was a beagle.
So good. So good. All right, tonight's the Missouri legislative wrap-up, everybody, with our very own handsome Speaker of the House, Tim Jones. It's happening at Lodge at the Pear, 6 to 8 o'clock tonight. Topics like Missouri budget and education funding, tax reform proposals, and 2026 ballot question dates. And I think that's knowing what's going to be on the ballot. Knowledge is power. I hate to
yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's true.
All right. More Scott Pelley stuff coming up next.
Stream the Vic Porcelli Show at NewstalkSTL. Vic and Ken.
They're just a bunch of pansies.
The Vic Porcelli Show on 101.9 and 94.1 News Talk STL.
Yeah, thanks. Just a bunch of pansies. So, Ken.
Yeah, Vic.
This Sunday is Serenity Wealth Now, the old Fun with Finance radio show's 100th episode.
That's awesome.
And they found the handsomest guy they could find.
Who?
Very handsome guy.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Huh. Who would that be?
Come on, man.
Come on. Oh, okay, Joe Biden. Come on, man.
Me.
Okay.
Yeah, it's me.
I know.
Not Joe Biden, it's me. So, and it's going to be a great conversation. You're going to love it. It's Fun with Finance. It's Chris Cooper. It's Serenity Wealth Now. And it's the kind of relaxed conversation you can have with Chris when you want to go up there and talk about him, about the retirement that you deserve.
Exactly right. If you don't know anything about what's going on with your money, I mean, if you're just like pretty much most of us, and you're spending your money or you're saving your money, but you don't know what to do with it, just talk to him. It's a phone call. It's just a phone call away just to talk to him, and he's not going to barrage you with a bunch of emails or text messages after that either.
And no high pressure sales.
Not at all. Believe me, because I've been through that with a couple of other ones, and I had to block them.
Nobody likes that in any industry, any business. Nobody likes being high pressured. So cut the crap.
Right.
And go see Chris Cooper and get his free books, The New Holistic Retirement and Tax-Free Strategies for Long-Term Care, both available at SerenityNowTax.com, and the Business Owner's Playbook for Financial Clarity. You can get that at SerenityNowBiz.com. Serenity Now with Chris Cooper.
Investment advice offered through Fortis Capital Advisors.
Serenity Now! Colombo and Company.
The Trump administration has sent a warning to a Colorado school district for putting 61 male students on girls' sports teams. Crazy. We'll discuss it Thursday. Plus, Virginia Cruda and Dr. Randy Tobler.
Live and local, weekdays at 2 on Newstalk STL.
Hey, Jamie Allman here, looking for the ultimate escape? Well, welcome to Santino's, where luxury meets authenticity in a stunning 6,000 square foot destination. Browse hundreds of premium cigars in the walk-in humidor. Explore more than 700 bottles of whiskey. Whether it's their non-smoking wine room, gaming lounge with custom poker tables, it's Santino's just off Highway 55 at the Imperial exit. See them at Santino'sCigarCocktails.com. That's Santino'sCigarCocktails.com.
I'm Dr. TJ, owner of the Institute of Natural Health, co-owner of Optimal Nutraceuticals, and the host of Wellness One. Wellness One is designed to cut through the nonsense and provide you common sense, science-based information regarding health and wellness. On the show, we discuss topics like thyroid health, gut health, hormone optimization, and many others. Our show airs Saturdays at 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. and Sundays at 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. right here on Newstalk STL. And you can visit us at inhstl.com. That's inhstl.com.
1949, the last time a Republican held the top post in St. Louis City. A gallon of milk was 84 cents, and streetcars ran down Grand Avenue. Unfortunately, St. Louis City streets are no longer the epicenter of family and business life. In the 80 years of Democrat control, our city has been on a steady decline.
Hello, Kirk Ilsinger, chairman of the Republican Party for the city of St. Louis, and we believe it is our duty to provide a different path forward. I invite you to our meetings the first Thursday of every month. Learn more at stl-gop.com.
Paid for by St. Louis City Republican PAC. Curtis Farber, Treasurer.
I think you're a little confused.
News, analysis, opinion.
I've got something to say and I can't hold it any longer.
101.9 and 94.1.
You won't hear the truth anywhere but here. Newstalk STL.
Newstalk STL. This hour, the Vic Porcelli Show, brought to you by Connor Roofing. You can count on Connor for all your roofing needs. Visit ConnorRoofing.com. That's CONNER Roofing.com. Talk lines are open now at 314-912-1019. The Vic Porcelli Show.
How dare you?
Made in St. Louis for St. Louis. It's News Talk STL.
But in this moment, this morning, our sacred rule of law is under attack. Journalism is under attack. Universities are under attack. Freedom of speech is under attack, and insidious fear is reaching through our schools, our businesses, our homes, and into our private thoughts. The fear to speak in America.
Oh, in America.
Power can rewrite history with grotesque, false narratives. They can make criminals heroes and heroes criminals. Power can change the definition of the words we use to describe reality. Diversity is now described as illegal. Equity is to be shunned. Inclusion is a dirty word.
Dirty boy.
This is an old playbook, my friends. There's nothing new in this.
Go ahead. At some point during this segment, can we talk about DEI?
Yeah.
Okay.
But first, I want to talk about him.
Okay.
First of all, he looks like he touches little kids. He's just got that face of a
has
scumbag.
the look.
Right.
Right.
Second of all, what he's doing there, Ken, he is giving a commencement speech to kids who just graduated college.
Right.
You know what they want to hear? About their future, about what they can do with their diploma and their degree and go get a job somewhere.
You are so correct.
Instead, he bitches about Donald Trump.
No, you know what? I freshly coming off of my daughter's graduations and the commencement speech by an oil company CEO, all he had was accolades and positivity and the future and the love for this school. And it was just so nice. And we felt so good. We walked out of there refreshed almost. This guy, they were probably walking out going, well, let's see, which wrist should I slit this way or this way? I mean, it was really bad and scary.
Poor kids must have walked out of there crying. I can't talk anymore.
I don't want to go to work, Mom. Let me go in the basement. I'll just go in the basement.
He's such a all right. So he worked on 60 Minutes, right?
Yeah.
60 Minutes. Ken, you must know people who, okay, I'm going to say something, but I don't know what it means, even though I've heard it said a zillion times. People who rest on their laurels.
Rest on their laurel. Okay.
Where are your laurels on your? Is it your butt?
They're not
Is that
your
ass?
loins. They're not. Okay,
Not the
laurels.
loins,
Laurels.
Where exactly are the laurels?
I don't know.
I don't know
I've
either.
never rested on them before.
No, I've never either. I don't rest on my laurels because that would hurt. So, I think 60. Oh, what I was going to say is, you know people, I'm sure, who have done that. Just show up to work and I'm the greatest and I don't need to do anything more than I feel like doing.
Oh,
because,
yeah. Oh,
right?
yeah.
There's people who
I am so good that I'm beyond reproach.
Exactly. I'm better than all you people that I work with, and I should be treated better without doing the work. And 60 Minutes is there, right?
Yeah.
They were so hung up. This is why TDS is so bad. Trump derangement syndrome. America's psychiatrist, Carol Lieberman, is trying to get the APA to say that it is an actual affliction.
Yeah, well, she's backing it up with studies, years of studies now. Because keep in mind, President Trump's been around now as a politician for over 11
that's
years.
a good point, Ken.
So now they have a track record, a big track record, with other psychologists and psychiatrists to actually take that data and say, see, here it is.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not trying to be one side or the other, but this is the data.
Yeah. And he's interviewing, at the time, Deputy Director of the FBI, Andrew McCabe. Takes off his glasses. Do the glasses thing. Watch Ken on the stream.
So you could be talking like this, and it's fine. But if you put up your glasses and then take the tip of the glass, you know, the part that goes by your ear, and put it just next to your mouth, and maybe touch it a little bit with your lip.
That means you're smarter than everybody when you do that.
Correct. Yeah.
So Andrew McCabe told Scott Pelley on 60 Minutes that President Trump was a Russian asset.
Yes. Confirmed, documented, we're good. This is fact.
So, okay, let's go to another example. Because I think Leslie Stahl is going to be next.
Okay.
And when they fire Leslie Stahl, oh my God,
a woman.
They're gonna freak. Leslie Stahl, when Donald Trump said, Leslie, they spied on my campaign. Sir, there's nothing to prove that. Oh, yeah? So I guess my point is, this is what I'm talking about. They rested on their laurels. Like, we got to find out where the laurels are.
Yeah.
This is 60 Minutes. Remember she said that to him?
Yes.
Sir, this is 60 Minutes. Yeah. You don't just get to say that like you're the king if you don't continue to do the work and the research to find out if what you're saying with somebody that you hate is not true.
And when she says something like that with the reputation they're gaining, that has a whole different meaning that she doesn't understand, especially from people who are conservative. More than half the country, obviously, because more than half the country voted for President Trump, okay?
Right.
So when she said, sir, this is 60 Minutes, you look at it and go, yeah, well, that's why we're trying to talk about it, because it's 60 Minutes that said this stuff.
Every week.
Every single week.
Sometimes it's hidden, but sometimes, Scott Pelley especially. So the Trump administration, here it comes.
And even just the way they say that. So the Trump administration.
Sounds like they're constipated. The Trump administration. God. So, all right, DEI.
Here's the problem I have with this whole thing. Equity's the problem. All right, DEI, he said that diversity, they're trying to say diversity is horrible.
Illegal. You say illegal.
Illegal. Well, you know what? Diversity is illegal, and here's why. Diversity means you're choosing one color of skin over another color of skin. And now, I didn't say which color, but you're choosing diversity. Diversity by natural means is wonderful. We love it. Hey, guess what, everybody? Conservatives love diversity if it's naturally driven. If it so happens it's not, that means the position that we're talking about didn't lend itself to that. What I'm saying is, you do not create diversity on your own. It's not
natural diversity.
It has to be natural diversity. Equity.
Well, hold on. Let me ask you a question about DEI. So then, diversity. How have we let them get away with the word diversity when the NBA, 90% black guys? Is that the diversity they're talking about?
Well, see, yeah. No, you make a great point. It's just that for them, they say, well, but that's okay. No, I know.
Yeah.
But that's what they say.
All right, equity.
And nobody calls them out on it like you just did.
That's my question.
Okay, equity. I just remember Michelle Obama back in the day. She said this, and I'm like, oh, wait a minute. She didn't misspeak. She didn't say equality. She said equity. I need to find out what this equity means. And I looked it up. And I'm like, whoa. So if you're climbing, and here's the analogy. If you're climbing a cliff, right? And for some reason you've got, the ability to get up that cliff really quick, and the other person, she didn't use color, by the way, and the other person's having trouble because their rope's maybe not as good or anything. Give them a better rope so they can reach that just along with you. No, that's not the way equity works, or the way it should work. Equity is wrong. Equality, unfortunately, there are going to be people, Vic, who can't do the job. It's just, I can't go fly a plane. You know why? Not because of my color, but because I'm not an airline pilot.
You're not trained.
Correct. And because of that, I should not ever get behind in the cockpit of a plane. That's just the way it is. But the left will tell you, no, we need more of these pilots who maybe are black. That's the problem. Because even if a pilot is so overly qualified to be a black pilot person is so overly qualified to be a pilot, they're putting him out there and saying, well, he could be qualified, but we don't know now because equity is taking control. And that's scarier than anything that you can do in this country.
So 2 things I want to say about what you just said. First of all, Charlie Kirk made a comment that if he gets on a plane and he sees that the pilot is black, all he wants to know is this person qualified to fly the plane.
Isn't that damaging to the pilot?
Of course. And if the pilot is white, is this pilot qualified to fly this plane?
Correct.
It's not what color you are, it's your qualifications we're worried about here.
And that's a great point. And I didn't remember that speech, but that's Vic. The problem is that it inhibits the pilot, the black pilot. it puts him into question. And he might be so qualified more than any white person, but because of that question being created by equity, we're all saying, well, is he? That's scary. And then inclusion.
So we lost that narrative because we let them take it away. See, Charlie Kirk's a racist. He won't fly with a black pilot. That's the message
That's what they said.
Right?
Yes, but you've got to say, no, you're wrong. Here's why.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, I say this all the time, and I apologize if you've heard it a million times. Martin Luther King Jr., 8/28/1963, in front of the Lincoln Memorial, said, I want to live in a world where my 4 children are judged not by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I think that's exactly what we say.
Yeah, well,
But the left doesn't.
No, that's my whole point, though. And that moves us to inclusion.
Right.
Whenever, ever have you heard, in the 5 years you and I have been together, when have we heard people on the right, conservatives, saying, well, we don't want to include everybody?
Yep.
It's just not, we don't want to include illegals. We don't want illegals being included into our American, naturalization because they're taking all of our money. We don't want to include certain people for certain reasons, but as far as inclusion, we are a big tent, and we allow everybody in.
I always wanted to be a Major League Baseball player, but I couldn't. You know why?
Why?
Because I wasn't good enough.
So you weren't included?
Right. No equity, no nothing.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
It's discrimination. It's discrimination on its face, and I even said back then, corporations need to get rid of this whole ESG thing, this DEI thing, because they're going to be facing so much litigation because of discrimination, not of blacks, but because of white discrimination.
No, you're wrong.
And other Asian discrimination. I mean, you're going to face a lot of that. And sure enough, they started getting rid of it because of that.
You're so stupid. You can't discriminate against white people. Black people don't have racism.
Oh, you're right.
So what's wrong with you?
I know. I'm
All right,
crazy.
so I looked up laurels.
Oh, good.
Resting on your laurels.
I was trying to, but I was talking too much.
So resting on one's laurels, it means relying on your past success or achievements. 60 Minutes did have past success and achievements.
They were the standard.
Before Donald Trump showed up, right? Examples. After winning the championship, the team started resting on their laurels and lost the next season. So what are laurels? Laurels refer to laurel wreaths, crowns of garland made from the leaves and branches of the laurel tree.
Oh.
Well, wouldn't that hurt your hiney if you sat on it? Wouldn't it?
I think you're missing the point.
Oh, am I?
Yeah.
What's the point? What's the point?
Well, it's probably it's a grand thing. It's a plant that people, I guess, love. So they're laurels. They're resting on their. I don't know.
Well, you know what? I promise you, I'll never sit on my laurels because I don't want to sit on something that's going to hurt my hiney.
Sure, I agree with that.
So Scott Pelley's full of it. Okay, I don't feel bad for him. I don't feel bad for whoever's next. And yes, last night Jesse Waters said nobody cared about Barry Weiss when she worked for the New York Times for 20 years. Nobody cared.
No,
nobody said a word.
Mm-mm.
All of a sudden, everybody hates her. This is getting so. The same thing with Donald Trump, by the way, who was a Democrat until he ran for president.
Right.
And then he was Republican, and then everybody hates him.
Can I make a suggestion, though? Don't go into your boss's office and demand that they're fools and say all kinds of scathing things about them.
No, I may.
No.
I may do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I may walk right in and say, you are murdering this radio station.
Okay.
You don't have the experience to run this radio station.
Well, I'll look for another job.
I'll do it. You think I won't do it?
I don't know.
I'll do it. And I'll do it, and we'll put it up on the Facebook page.
Whoosh. Some of you listening right now maybe just hear a radio commercial. Others are already imagining what's possible. Imagine more natural light filling your favorite rooms, a patio door that glides easily, a home that's ready for everything the season brings. That's the difference between beautifully crafted replacement windows and doors from Renewal by Andersen and all the others. You want to know what you could look like in your new home? Dial pound 250. Right now, buy one window or door. Get one window or door 40% off. Simply dial pound 250, say the keyword window, and schedule your free window and door diagnosis by June 30th. No phone number, no searching online. Pound 250, say the keyword window. Renewal by Andersen. Superior products, exceptional service.
Ready for instant curb appeal that comes with a 25-year transferable warranty? Call Rhino Shield today. We do brick, block, stucco, asbestos, aluminum, steel, cedar, and more. Over the past 20 years, we've done thousands of homes, businesses, churches, schools, condos, parking garages, large metal buildings, and strip malls, from Champaign to the Lake of the Ozarks. We do flat and sloped metal roofs to extend their lives too. Proud to be veteran-owned and manufactured in the good old USA. So we're tariff-free. We're exceeding expectations every day. Evaluations are free. A+ rated with the BBB and a lot of 5-star Google reviews. Call 877-25-RHINO, 877-25-RHINO, or 877-25rhino.com. See what we did there? Genius. Tell them, ladies.
Don't paint, don't Rhino, go Rhino Shield. Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
KLGY HD3 Clayton, K270BW Bellefonte, KNBS Bowling Green. This is News Talk STL at 1019, 94.1, and always streaming at NewstalkSTL.com.
News this hour from Town Hall. I'm John Scott. The Trump administration says the House vote to pass a war powers resolution to limit the president's power in the conflict with Iran will be ineffective.
Well, Secretary of State Marco Rubio and the Trump administration have maintained
Operation Epic Fury is concluded. We achieved the objectives of that operation.
Arguing the War Powers Act does not apply, and the president said he's not seeking congressional sign-off.
Nobody's ever asked for it before. It's never been used before. Why should we be different?
Ben Thomas, Washington.
Hezbollah rejecting the latest ceasefire agreement reached between Israel and the Lebanese government, demanding a complete Israeli withdrawal. The announcement came as Israeli strikes killed at least 4 people and a UN peacekeeper killed in the crossfire. Hezbollah's leaders said the agreement's demand that Hezbollah fighters leave southern Lebanon under fire would mean surrender, defeat, and achieving the enemy's goals. The ongoing fighting in Lebanon, where Israeli forces have seized large swaths of the south, threatens efforts to end the Iran war and reopen the Strait of Hormuz. New questions about a fatal bus crash in Virginia last weekend.
A commercial bus crash in Virginia that killed 5 people and injured dozens of others has raised questions about the driver, the company that employed him, and the overall safety of the industry. It's not yet clear what could have prevented last week's crash. Still, it highlights the inherent dangers whenever a bus or semi-truck crashes into other vehicles. Collision avoidance technology has become standard on many new cars, but commercial buses still lack it despite federal recommendations and proposed regulations to require them. Keith Peters, Washington.
And there's still been no announcement that President Trump plans to attend an NBA Finals game at New York's Madison Square Garden next week. The Knicks lead that series 1-0. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Just hearing the word IRS can make people break out in a cold sweat. No one wants to deal with the IRS, and now you don't have to. The good news is Legal Tax Defense has been successfully negotiating with the IRS for more than 15 years. It doesn't matter how much you owe, whether it's $5,000 or $5 million. You deserve the best in the business on your side, and that is Legal Tax Defense. Even if you're working with someone else and just want a second opinion, there is no cost or obligation to call. They can prevent levies, liens, wage garnishments, even file back tax returns. And the best news about Legal Tax Defense is they won't take your case unless they know they will reduce or eliminate your tax debt. Call Legal Tax Defense right now for a free, no-risk consultation. 800-292-7875. 800-292-7875. You have nothing to lose, but everything to gain. 800-292-7875.
This hour of News Talk STL brought to you by Window World of St. Louis. For replacement windows, doors, and siding, call 800-GET-WINDOWS. That's 800-GET-WINDOWS. From the News Talk STL Weather Center.
I'm meteorologist Shane Scotch with your first alert forecast. We're going to be tracking temperatures back towards the upper 80s today, so a little bit warmer, partly sunny skies, but humidity decently low for this time of the year. The big change going to be on a Friday. Dew points continue to increase. Also going to see some isolated chances of some afternoon showers and storms that'll dip out by the evening. Highs towards the upper 80s. Increased chances of some scattered showers late Friday night into early Saturday morning. A high of 90 degrees, more widespread into Sunday and Monday for chances of showers and storms. Temperatures back towards the mid-80s. First Alert 4 Weather Center, I'm meteorologist James Scotch.
Vic Porcelli.
Come on, you're Italian. You understand.
Every day is a busy day all of a sudden.
You talking to me? You talking to me?
Tough and smart, and I love Italian, so, he's definitely Italian.
At least I have this show to come and talk about it and let some stuff up.
What kind of a show are you guys putting on here today?
The Vic Porcelli Show.
All right, hour number 2 in our Thursday extravaganza. A lot going on today.
Yeah, well, that first hour went really quickly.
Yeah, I think this one's going to too.
Yeah.
First of all, Porcelli's Deli coming up. I didn't even mention that. Today's Porcelli's Deli, Ken, is going to be about the Knicks.
Oh.
Wait a minute. Not these Knicks.
Oh.
The 1969-70s Knicks and a 12-year-old boy's excitement about his home team being in the finals. Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. Veteran of the day today, coming up at 10:41, Tony Kinnett. Right after 11 o'clock. Hey, Richard West and Jane Puszkar are coming in.
Yeah.
Their new show?
Yeah.
They have a show? We gave them a show?
We're going to find
I'm
out.
kidding. I'm so kidding.
We're going to find out.
Yeah, we'll find out. And chat box at the end of the show. All right, let's talk to Nate.
Let's talk to Nate Lucas.
This is a man's world.
The communications director for U.S. Representative Eric Burlison.
How much has changed in this free country since 9/11? Now, I'm getting ready to go get touched by a TSA agent. It's the most action I've gotten in years.
Good morning, Nate Lucas.
Hey, what's up, Vic and Ken? How are you?
Nate.
Happy Thursday.
You too? Ken put together a great intro for you. I hope you appreciate him.
I do. Every time I hear it, I laugh. It reminds me of how funny I am.
Yeah, right.
All right, let's not go too
Exactly
far here,
right,
okay?
Nate.
Let's not go too far. Let's just calm down. Don't rest on your laurels. We, when people usually use it in sports, don't rest on your laurels.
Right.
Make sure you do the work and do everything right. Well, I looked up because where are the laurels? It's like the special part of your ass. I mean, what are the laurels? So apparently it's the laurel wreath, a crown or garlands made from the leaves and branches of the laurel tree. Well, I'm not sitting on that, so I'm not going to rest on that. It's going to hurt.
I've rested in plenty of places in my life. I prefer a bed these days.
No kidding. Me too. All right, let's get down to business here, okay? The War Powers Act passed the House. What did your boss say about that? I'm sorry. Nate's boss is U.S. Representative Eric Burlison. Nate is the communications director for the representative. Was he pissed or what?
I don't know about pissed. I think he was shocked of some of the names. One in particular, Tom Barrett from Michigan, who voted yes on it. And I'm sure these votes, because of the razor-thin majority that Republicans hold, this is sort of what I was alluding to last Friday when I filled in for Tim and Chris, that the dam is going to begin to break with the loyalty factor with Donald Trump. And it's because you've got individuals who he has used his personal war chest against, and now they have no political incentive to vote for his agenda. And it's going to muck up anything he wants to get accomplished. So, and it's happening kind of behind the scenes right now in the Senate in particular. But yeah, I mean, I guess the vote was shocking. I literally just left his office and he asked me who the 4 names were that voted for the resolution. And it was Massey, Fitzpatrick, Barrett, and Warren Davidson. And I think attendance was a little low yesterday, so they just didn't have the numbers to overcome those 4 that chose to vote yes.
Well, Nate, I understand what you're talking about with the House, but the Senate, from out of the gate, since President Trump's been in office, they've been against him. They haven't said it. They've been like, "Oh, no, we're all for President Trump." But it's actions that speak much louder than words, and they have been fighting him from the very beginning.
Yeah, I think so. I would agree with you, but also I think a lot of people, and you're starting to see it sort of divide the Republican Party, and this war is largely unpopular, and as I said, however many days ago, like, this is not something that Donald Trump ran on. And so I think when you're in these tight districts and you have to go home, and they were home for Memorial Day and they're out and about in their districts and they're being asked, like, what is going on in the Middle East? And, we're getting kind of these back and forth negotiations with Iran, and the president is sort of blasting out on Truth Social some things that, seem to contradict themselves. Like, it's been weird messaging, and Congress, I think, has been a little left in the dark. And, the constitutional powers, Article 2, it's a separation of powers for a reason. And I think Congress is right to at least enforce, after 60 days has passed, to take the reins back a little bit. Like, this, it cannot just be the executive branch running the entire operation. That's not how this place is supposed to operate. And I don't know. In some ways, I think that it's good to see the process actually working how it's supposed to.
All right, two things. First of all, the president will veto this when it gets to his desk one way or another. So kind of a waste of taxpayer money to even have the vote. That's my first thought. Second thought is he's in a weird position, Nate, okay? He's in the weirdest position of any president, They voted for George Bush to invade Iraq. That turned out to be a stupid-ass decision, So I think he thinks to do what he can within the realm of being the president of the United States without Congress and the House. And I get it, it would be best if they all voted for it, but he knows they wouldn't have, I guess, is my point.
Yeah, but I mean, to George Bush's credit, love it or hate the war, and in the aftermath, it turned out to be a complete disaster after 20 years. But at least he went through the proper channels of how you're supposed to engage and use that authority. So, when you try, and this administration in more ways than one has tried to bypass Congress on a lot of things. And a lot of it is good that he's done via executive order, but
so why not this?
Just as easily.
Why not this?
Well, I just don't think this war is very popular with the American people, and right now the entire domestic agenda has been sidelined for yet another war in the Middle East, and it's unpopular with Americans, and I think it's dividing the Republican Party. So instead of focusing on things like getting inflation down. I mean, no one really predicted that in May of 2026, the average price of gasoline nationwide would be over $4.40 a gallon. Like, who voted for that?
Yeah, so much of this I agree with you on, but let me ask you this question, okay? If President Trump were to say, go to the people behind the scenes in the House and say, look, here's my plan, is there any opportunity here for if he had an end game and everything for you guys? Is there a process where he could have done something like that, or is it just nope, they're voting against me, so I'm just gonna have to do it on my own?
That's the point I was trying to.
So that's interesting. I mean, when this whole thing started, I know that they did have briefings with Marco Rubio and Pete Hegseth, and they came over and addressed Congress, and I think it did at the time kind of calm down some of the concerns about initiating or doing whatever is happening. But as this has gone on for now multiple months, I don't know if just getting like the latest updates in the whirlwind of Truth Social posts is going to cut it. And again, these people have to go home to their districts and hear from their constituents. And if they're not getting answers from the executive branch on it, then what are they supposed to tell the people they represent? Like, tough stuff? We're just going along as the administration wants us to? Like, that's not...
I'll tell you what they tell the constituents. Do you want Iran with a nuclear weapon or not?
And their immediate response is going to be, well, how come in Operation Midnight Fury, the administration came out and said that they obliterated Iran's nuclear facilities and set them back however many years in that operation. And then less than 6 months later, they had already advanced their technologies in uranium enrichments to be capable of a nuclear bomb. And I think bigger than that, people are just getting tired of we have fatigue from war. And I have barked about endlessly, people right now feel the strain, the economic strain that inflation and health insurance costs and the cost of everything in their back pocket. And so when you try to sell them on this idea that a country of 90 plus million people we need to go to war with again after we just got out of a war that was a disastrous end in Afghanistan, it's a hard sell. And so we haven't proven very capable of managing a domestic agenda while entangled in a foreign war. And I guess, that's the truth. I mean, yes, no one wants to see Iran with a nuclear weapon, but at some point when you keep telling me that Iran is weeks away from a nuclear weapon and nothing seems to ever manifest from that, it's going to draw scrutiny. And it's happening, obviously, with Democrats, but it's really fracturing the Republican Party.
Yeah, I would say that it is. But I think you and Vic, when I'm listening to both of you, you're coming from different places, because I think that what you're saying is the people believe, and I kind of agree with everything you're saying there, Nate, that the people, when we talk about Americans in general, are getting very tired of it. What Vic's saying is, well, maybe we should not be tired of it. Maybe we should be listening and trying to actually do what they used to do, like before World War or during World War II, for example, when we were giving up a lot of different things to help the cause. And then when it was over, we all celebrated and we benefited from it. There was when they returned home in the 50s, where we just flourished,
Yeah, I guess the difference now is that people are like, well, we're not flourishing at home, so why do we have to go clean up somebody else's backyard or come to their aid when you continue to steal money out of my paycheck and our country is failing on so many different measures. And that's why you have to be cautious of understanding that, yes, as the leader of the free world, we do, I think, have a responsibility to come to the assist of other people, other countries that are our allies. I think that's vital, but it's a much tougher sell to Americans who are working 2 or 3 jobs that are getting taxpayer money just absolutely drenched out of their back pocket, and then they can't afford anything, and they're in significant credit card debt. Like, I'm just telling you, that's just the fact of the American economy right now is terrible. And then when the administration screams about being in a golden age, it's a slap in the face to reality, and people are feeling that.
How did the representative vote on the War Powers Act?
He voted no, so there's a lot of pressure.
I mean, he knows. He knows. Okay, so I want to go back to something you said a second ago when I said, "Do you want Iran with a nuclear weapon?" And then you said about how the Midnight Hammer with all that stuff. Regardless of that, whether that was right or wrong, whether his estimation of their where they are, how close they are to an atomic to a nuclear weapon, regardless of all that, if they are close to a nuclear weapon now, we can't let that happen. So I'm not saying let it go. What I'm saying is whatever happened then is different with what's going on right now. And right now, we got to keep them from getting a nuclear weapon. And I don't think anybody would disagree with that.
Yeah, it's just bizarre that Tulsi Gabbard, when she testified in front of Congress, she seemed to contradict that Iran was within weeks of having a nuclear weapon. And again, some of this comes back to government transparency, where if they have actual proof that Iran is this close to a nuclear weapon and they're going to somehow launch it and destroy the United States, maybe you need to go campaign and talk about how that is such a threat instead of running a campaign over the course of 3 presidential cycles where you literally rip the establishment Republican Party that has been more war hungry and ready to drop bombs than ever. And he literally stood on a stage and ridiculed the Bush-type Republican for wasting taxpayer money and constantly being in entanglements in the Middle East. And now he's doing the exact same thing. So a lot of voters just feel betrayed by that.
All right. 2 more questions, one from me, one from Ken, and then we're going to move on. But I know you hate him, but I think Iran has to be able to not attack Israel with a nuclear weapon either. And I know you hate Netanyahu, and I know you hate Israel and all that. But
what? I don't hate Israel.
You never
See, this is one of the problems, is that when you simply stick up for wanting to protect America's interests and not necessarily like I understand that Israel is an ally of ours. We give them quite a bit of aid and quite a bit of cover, and it's like they should be able to fight their own war. And that doesn't make me hate Israel or the people of Israel. I think that Netanyahu has a very sketchy history, and his willingness to break ceasefires and drop bombs on Lebanon, where a lot of Christians live, to me, that's concerning.
Ken?
I just think overall, this whole thing, it's about messaging. And right now, the Republicans are losing the message.
Yep,
and you've got a media that is full-blown for the left. That's really what it comes down to. And I'm not saying he's wrong. I mean, he's right about everything, Nate. But I am saying that, President Trump needs to come forward and say, here's the end game. Here's where we are. I think that messaging, they're not getting it out there. And if he's not saying it. What's that?
I 100% agree. If we could get some sort of clarity from President Trump and the administration on what can we expect in the next 60 days,
yeah,
I think that would go a long way for the American people. And instead, it's, some of the things that he has stated where it's like, I don't think about Americans, their financial situation when he makes decisions in the Middle East. I mean, that is just like red meat in a lion's den if you're running against the Trump agenda right now. That is not something that the American people.
So when
I'll speak for myself. That's not what I want to hear.
Right, and so when I brought up World War II, that's one thing that they did do is he gave them America the message and said, "Here's what we need to do, and here's the end game." That's what President Trump needs to do at this point.
And I think we're getting a lot of mixed messaging from Trump when he goes on Truth Social and he puts things out there to impact the global oil supply. And so he's doing things to sort of either spook or in some ways make calm the markets. And yet from a policy standpoint, it doesn't seem like we're moving the needle very much. So everyone's kind of sitting here wondering like what's going on. And I think better messaging and just more transparent messaging could at least sell the American people on why this is vital for their interests.
All right. We ran out of time here, and I was going to ask you about something else. I'll just mention it very briefly. Melissa Cassius, who is one of the missing scientists in nuclear lab, employee found dead in New Mexico. Not just found dead, but she was a skeleton. That's how long she's been.
Wow.
That she's been there.
Yeah.
Right,
I would just say real quick on that you think, okay, she was an administrative official, but sometimes the people closest to those scientists that are in his orbit, right, like that were his assistants, so to speak, they're going to know exactly where the bodies are.
Yeah.
No pun intended, but people inside those orbits that are the closest to the people that know all the secrets probably know quite a bit.
Yep. All right, Nate Lucas,
But it's very tragic. Very tragic.
Oh, my God, it's the worst. Maybe next week we can dig into that a little more than...
maybe start off with it.
Yeah, maybe we'll start with that.
Look, I just want to say I appreciate the dialogue. This is an issue that I think, we disagree on, but at the end of the day, if we can't have dialogue about it, then what are we doing?
Right.
So
exactly right, my friend.
We should show D.C. what to do, Nate, you and me.
Yeah, we set the example for them.
Yeah.
And you're still our brother.
Yeah, you're still the brother.
Hey, I love you all.
Love you, man.
Thank you so much, man.
All right. Take it easy.
See you, Nate. It's the messaging, and we still have it. They still have to deal with a Democrat Party that just hates this country.
Which is so disgusting, Ken.
It is.
It's so disgusting.
He's not dealing with not only Iran, but he's dealing with another foe, which is the Democrat Party.
And I know Trump said, okay, we obliterated their thing at Midnight Hammer, blah, 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 blah. If he was wrong, okay, he was wrong. So what do we do? Just forget about them having a nuclear weapon
No,
now?
I get your point on that totally. Yeah, but I also understand that the American people... Nate's talking about the American people. He's not saying it's right or wrong. I mean, he's saying the American people are sick of it.
But that's a broad term. And I don't know if every American's sick of it.
Yeah, no, I think half the country is not.
Exactly right. Exactly right. All right, Porcelli's Deli is next. We're going to talk about the Knicks. Wait, come back to the radio. Come back to the radio. Not these Knicks, the 69-70s Knicks, and a 12-year-old boy who was just thrilled as heck. That's next.
Like and subscribe to us on Rumble. News Talk STL. The Vic Porcelli Show.
Get ready, pal. You're going in for a problem.
So thank you all. God bless you all. Let's go lick the world. Let's get it done.
On News Talk STL.
Hi, it's Ken Williams, and my favorite Capriati sandwich is the Capistrami. You've got hot pastrami, melty Swiss cheese, crunchy coleslaw, and zesty Russian dressing. What else do you need? I love Capriati's, and you will too. On Manchester at McKnight and Rock Hill, and now in Creve Coeur on Olive, just 1 mile west of 270.
This is Kurt Barr, St. Charles County Director of Elections, inviting you to our Sundays on Sunday, family-friendly open house. Stop by for a behind-the-scene look at how your elections are run. Kids can vote at a mock polling place using a real ballot. You can meet candidates appearing on the August primary ballot, and everyone can enjoy free ice cream. The County Pet Adoption Center will also be on site with dogs looking for new homes. Join us Sunday, June 14th from 2 to 5 p.m. Details at sccmo.org/elections.
Simply Health with Dr. Brian Deloney.
What if your body is not broken but overwhelmed? This week we're talking about how God designed the body to heal through the nervous system, nutrition, movement, mindset, and faith. Tune in to learn the fundamental principles of healing and how to support the body God gave you.
Simply Health with Dr. Brian Deloney. Saturdays at noon on News Talk STL. To find out more about Simply Health Integrated Medical, log on to simplyhealthintegrated.com.
Hi, I'm Jen Wallner.
And I'm Rodney Wallner with the Wallner Home Selling Team at Berkshire Hathaway.
Hey, Rodney, how do you sell your home for top dollar?
That's easy. Call the Wallner Home Selling Team at 314-810-SOLD.
What if I want a flexible commission rate?
Call the Wallner Home Selling Team at 314-810-SOLD.
When's the best time to sell your home?
Right now. Call the Wallner Home Selling Team at 314-810-SOLD.
For all your real estate needs, call the Wallner Home Selling Team at 314-810-SOLD.
That's 314-810-SOLD.
News Talk STL. News Talk STL. Welcome to Porcelli's Deli.
Yes, very good. I'll have a Bloody Mary and a steak sandwich and a steak sandwich, please.
Come over here.
Ketchup. Where's the ketchup at? I bet the Chinese food here is terrible.
With Vic Porcelli.
He's a very strange young man.
He's an idiot.
Porcelli's Deli is moved to 1019 and 94.1 News Talk STL. Come on in. We're open. Have a seat. Vic will tell you a story.
All right. I'm going to tell you a fun story about my past. When I was 12 years old, at 6th grade, right? 12 years old is basically 6th grade?
I think so, yeah.
I was basketball crazy, Ken. Absolutely basketball crazy. I used to dribble my basketball to school every day.
Wow, okay.
And we'd shoot hoops, and then I'd, do it home. Funny little side story. I used to walk to school with Jimmy Andolino. He was on my way, so I stopped at his house one morning. He was never on time. He was always late. And Good Morning America was on, and Good Morning America was doing a thing on the Harlem Globetrotters, right? And Curly Neal, you remember Curly Neal?
Oh,
right?
I used to love Harlem Globetrotters.
He spins the ball on his finger. I was like, I can do that. I think I can do that. And I did. I taught myself how to spin the ball on my finger.
Oh, but that was a great conversation piece.
Yeah.
For sixth grades.
Bounce it off my elbow.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So anyway, I love basketball. And in New York, of course, we had the New York Knickerbockers, the New York Knicks. Madison Square Garden in 1969-70 was brand new. This is like the 4th Madison Square Garden, by the way. Did you know that? The original Madison Square Garden was in Madison Square.
Oh, okay.
In New York. And then they changed it, and this is the one that stayed since 1969. It's funny, if I see a photograph of a basketball game and I can see any part of the ceiling, I know it's Madison Square Garden because I just know how it looks because I've been there so many times. So the 1969-70 New York Knicks. By the way, part of this is to make fun of Kathy Hochul because when they said that Trump's a Knicks fan, she goes, oh, yeah? Well, tell him to name the starting lineups of the 1993 championship team. Okay, dumbass. They didn't win the championship in 1993.
So she was very wrong.
Very wrong. She goes, 1973 was the last one. That's the one.
So what I read from that was someone said to her, here's what you need to say.
Yes.
And it was the 73 team, and she goes, okay, I'll say that in the 93 team. Gotcha.
Yeah, right, exactly. That's exactly how it happened. So the 73 team was very exciting, too. The 1969-70 Knicks, I can still remember the lineup. Ken, there's nothing here to help me, right? No notes, no nothing here. Can you affirm that?
Yes.
Nothing up my sleeve?
Nope.
Okay. Walt Frazier, number 10 at guard. Dick Barnett, number 12 at guard. Willis Reed, captain at center, number 19. Did I say the numbers? Frazier was 10, Barnett was 12.
Yeah.
Reed was 19. At forward, Dave DeBuscher, number 22.
Got to remember all these names.
He also played for the Chicago White Sox for a little bit. He was like a double sport
guy
for a little while. And number 24, Bill Bradley.
I remember my dad was big, huge basketball fan. He played for the Navy in basketball.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. So I was because of that, I knew these names because he would watch it all the time.
Bill Bradley, ring a bell?
All of it, yeah. Every one of those players you just mentioned.
U.S. Senator Bill Bradley?
Yeah.
That's him.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, grew up in Crystal City, Missouri.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that was the starting lineup, and they made it to the playoffs. They make it to the finals, NBA Finals. Best of 7 series. And I don't know why they've screwed up every sport in every possible way they could think of. Back then, the best of 7 series was 2 games. Let's take the Knicks and the Lakers. 2 games in New York, 2 games in L.A., then 1 in New York, 1 in L.A., 1 in New York. 2-2, 1-1-1, they call it. And that's how it was back then. So in Game 5, Willis Reed got hurt, and he had to come out of the game. That game was in New York. Then they go to L.A., and the Knicks are up 3-2, and Willis Reed did play some of that game. Now, the big thing about, and this is, if you tell the story to a kid, they may just drop dead. They may just faint right in front of you if you tell them this, okay? So the Knicks come down with not a lot of time, 10 seconds left. Walt Frazier hits a shot that puts the Knicks up by 2 points, right?
Yeah.
So if the game ended, the Knicks would have been the champions. They were up 3-2. Well, with 10 seconds left, here's how that game ended.
Lakers trying to pressure the inbounds pass, and it comes into Walt Frazier with 10 seconds now showing on the clock. 8 seconds left to go on the clock. 7, 6, 5. DeBuscher shoots. Hit with 3 seconds to go. 2 seconds. 1 second. West throws it up. He makes it. West threw it up and makes it. Over half court. The ball game is tied. Jerry West made it from the other side of the midcourt stripe.
Wow. So the Lakers were down by 2 points at that moment, Ken.
Yeah.
And then Jerry West throws up a shot from almost the other foul line, right? More than half court.
More, yeah.
And that tied the game up.
But that wasn't 3 points?
Exactly not. No, it was not 3 points, because back then there was no stupid 3-point line.
Wow. So they would have won.
They would have won the game under today's rules. But they wouldn't have won the series because that just would have tied it up at 3 games apiece.
Right.
So, and I'll tell you, remember Q who used to work there?
Yeah.
Basketball, crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Right? I told him that story, and I said, and West threw up a shot from more than half court and tied it up. And he goes, wait a minute, that won it, didn't it? I said, no, there was no 3-point shot back then.
You know, that's interesting. I think somebody needs to go back to every shot in that game beyond, like in 3-point range, and add up those points for that game and see where it would have landed.
How about Pete Maravich? Pete Maravich did all his points, no 3-point line.
Yeah.
So that's that. So that was the end of Game 6. And Willis Reed was still hurt. And Game 7 at Madison Square Garden, it was like a fog of depression in the building because, not Willis Reed. Willis Reed was so tough, Big muscles, big brawny, grambling college graduate. And when you don't have him, you lose a lot, So teams come out for warm-ups, and Willis Reed isn't there. What's going on? So it went on for a while, warm-ups, and then, Ken, Willis Reed comes limping out of the tunnel, literally limping out of the tunnel, and Madison Square Garden went crazy, like they had already won the championship.
Wow.
When his warm-up shots, he was left-handed. That's why I'm doing it like this.
Yeah.
Every warm-up shot that he hit, the crowd went nuts like it was in the real game. It was crazy to listen to, which brings me to my next point. The game was not on TV. It's not. NBA Finals are on TV this week.
Yeah, they just why weren't they on TV back then?
Closed circuit television. You know, they used to have blackouts. They used to black out games. The Giants game used to be blacked out if they were at home.
Yeah,
I don't know.
They did that in St. Louis too.
Yeah. But that was the time. That was the era.
Yeah.
So couldn't watch it. So I listened to it on the radio on WNBC 66 before Howard Stern screwed it up. And Marv Albert was the play-by-play guy. And Marv Albert was so good, Ken. If you hit a shot in the game, he wouldn't say, and DeBusschere shoots, it's good. He wouldn't say that. DeBusschere shoots, yes. That means, you know?
Yeah.
Yes. And if it was an N1, if you got fouled and got one shot, yes, and it counts and he's fouled, he used to say. And the cool thing about Marv Albert is, you know, Ken, we're supposed to do it here too. I think you and I do a pretty good job of this. Painting a picture with words.
Yeah.
So if you're listening to another play-by-play guy do basketball on the radio, he may say, the Knicks are moving from left to right. Right? Have you ever heard him say that?
Yeah.
The Knicks are moving from left to right. And Marv Albert used to say, the Knicks are shooting at the 8th Avenue end of the Garden. Because in Madison Square Garden, it was marked inside the arena, 8th Avenue, 7th Avenue.
Oh, okay.
If you know you parked near 8th Avenue, you walked out that exit. If, you know, you parked by 7th Avenue, you walked out that. But how cool is that? Especially for somebody who's been to Madison Square Garden, right?
Yeah, yeah.
To say they're shooting at the 8th Avenue end of the Garden. It's like, oh, my God. I was a kid and I got that, you know? And, you know, the bottom line is the Knicks beat the Lakers. And they won the championship. And that was a lot of years ago, Ken. I'm not going to count them.
Well.
But it was a lot of years ago. And then in 1973, they won. Now, one of the big rivals was the Knicks and the Baltimore Bullets. The Washington Wizards now.
Yeah.
Isn't that just a gay name, you know?
The Washington Wizards.
You know? Yeah. They used to be the Baltimore Bullets. And they had a guy named Earl Monroe. I know you remember Earl the Pearl Monroe, right?
Yes.
Earl the Pearl Monroe?
Yeah.
So that was a big rivalry. Frazier always guarded Monroe, and Monroe guarded Frazier. So what did the Knicks do? They traded for Earl Monroe. So Earl, and by the way, Earl Monroe wore number 10, and Walt Frazier wore number 10. So Earl Monroe picked 15 to play for the Knicks, and they won in 1973. And that starting lineup was Frazier, Earl the Pearl, Willis Reed was still on the team, Jerry Lucas, and Dave DeBusschere. So, I think I've made my point.
Yep.
Go Knicks for this year, too. Got to root for the Knicks. I'm sorry. Oh, Ken, you're the best. I had nothing. Oh, I gave you no music. And you figured it out, and I couldn't figure it out. Something about Ken Williams, I don't know. So that's Porcelli's Deli on 101.9 and 94.1 News Talk STL. Welcome home. Go Knicks!
The Vic Porcelli Show. Made in St. Louis for St. Louis. It's News Talk STL.
My phone.
Download the all-new News Talk STL app.
Love the all-new News Talk STL app.
It is awesome.
And listen anytime.
Love the News Talk STL app.
Anywhere.
The Herzog Tomorrow Foundation provides private school tuition scholarships through Missouri's new Most Scholars program to cover the cost of accessible, high-quality schooling.
Hi, this is Myella Esser with the Herzog Tomorrow Foundation. Our private school tuition scholarships wouldn't be possible without the support of generous Missouri taxpayers. If you're a Missouri taxpayer interested in redirecting your tax dollars and sending them to Missouri students in need of a better education, please contact me at herzogmostscholars.org.
Better education for students creates a better tomorrow for all. Learn how you can help provide a better education for Missouri students at herzogmostscholars.org. That's herzogmostscholars.org. Also, sign up for The Lion, an initiative of the Herzog Foundation that carries articles covering a wide range of issues facing American families and culture. herzogfoundation.com. That's herzogfoundation.com.
Remember those magical moments in Mom's kitchen? The heavenly aroma of fresh baked cookies? At Trolley Stop Bakery in Chesterfield's Forum Shopping Center, our co-op of talented bakers has been perfecting that homemade magic for 4 decades. From the gooeyest cookies in town to custom pies, cobblers, and cakes, everything's made from scratch, just like Mom and Grandma's recipes. Need that perfect corporate gift? We ship our famous cookies nationwide. The Trolley Stop Bakery, 67 Forum Shopping Center, or TrolleyStopBakery.com. Because some traditions are too sweet not to share.
Hey, Jamie Allman here for my favorite go-to store for seafood, gourmet goodness, and tons of wine. It's Stars, 1135 South Big Bend. A huge selection of seafood flown in from the coast. Lemon sole, halibut, Maryland lump crab, Gulf shrimp, and you gotta try the trout dip. Plus, imported and domestic hand-cut cheeses, lots of hand-picked wines at great prices, hard-to-find gourmet foods, and fresh roasted coffee using only the best quality beans. Stars, 1135 South Big Bend, just off of Highway 40.
Fox News commentary with Greg Gutfeld, next.
Need life insurance but have diabetes, high blood pressure, or on anxiety meds? If you're a 50-year-old male, even porky, or with type 2 diabetes, $1 million of life insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. For affordable term life insurance, call Term Provider and speak with Big Lou at 800-444-2013, 800-444-2013, or visit biglou.com. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. 800-444-2013.
Greg Gutfeld reacts to protesters outside an ICE facility housing violent criminals.
What are they protesting? They're protesting inhumane conditions. And everybody goes, well, there must be inhumane conditions there. But I looked at it. I did my research. They rely on unvetted secondhand testimonials taken at face value from Democrats, as usual, and the media, as usual. And we know we do not trust any of that, nor do we have to, because they have no credibility. Again, as I said before, they're now at the children's table after what they lied about when it came to the border, immigration, the president. They're at the kids' table. We don't have to take anything they say. This is the problem with lying, is that it comes back to haunt you when you might want to say something truthful. We throw it all out. It's tainted like rancid potato salad.
For more commentary like this, go to foxnewspodcasts.com.
Talk lines are open now at 314-912-1019. Vic and Ken. Vic smokes cigarettes. Ken smokes briskets. The Vic Porcelli Show on 1019 and 94.1 News Talk STL.
You stop showing off. You are showing off. It's Ken Williams, everybody. All right. Coming up in our final hour of the show, this is a 3-hour tour, you know. Tony Kinnett from the Daily Signal, Richard West and Jane Puszkar are going to join us here in the studio, and, of course, our chat box coming up next. And I know you guys don't like basketball in this town. I get it.
Oh, I think a lot of people do.
People in the chat box. They were bored by it.
Mm.
But you know who liked it? Guarantee you? Senator Talent, Jim Talent.
Yeah. We have Arch Madness here.
That's college, though.
I know, but it's still basketball.
But people, ask people in this town. No, I don't like pros. I like college, but I don't like the NBA.
Okay, all right.
Because the thuggery and Black Lives Matter and all that. People have soured on the NBA.
Yeah.
But not Senator Jim Talent.
Nope.
And anytime I see him, this is the craziest thing. I was driving in the town that he lives in, and walking down the street, I said, "Is that Jim Talent walking his dog?" And sure enough, it was.
Yeah.
So I stopped because I can't keep my mouth shut. I gotta learn to keep my mouth shut once in a while. Not this particular time though. So I said, "Senator Talent, how you doing? I'm Vic Porcelli. I'm on NewstalkSTL. Oh, hey, how you doing?" I said, "Why don't you come on with us once in a while?" He was like, "No, just call me." So we started talking about Jokic. I forget is it Noah Jokic or something? He's like a 7-foot guy from Russia or somewhere, and he passes like he's a guard. He passes like Jason Williams. He's unbelievable. So he talked my ear off about that. And I said, "So you like the NBA?" He goes, "Oh, love it. Love the NBA." I guarantee you, if I don't know who's coming from the Show Me Institute tomorrow, but if it's Brenda Talent, she hasn't seen her husband's face, I'm telling you, in weeks. Because he's been watching the playoffs, NBA playoffs.
Yeah.
Loves it.
It'll be David Stokes, though.
David Stokes, is he married to Jim Talent?
No.
No, okay. We'll have to wait. Whatever. All right. Stop screwing around, Ken.
All right.
You ready?
Yeah.
Ready for Vic. For Vets. And when these kind of things happen, Ken, I know we're doing something right, you and I. You know?
Yeah.
Like all the stuff that happened yesterday on the news that we said yesterday during the day.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, if you listen to us, you could have got all that information today.
Right.
Before everybody else. And we had this gentleman on yesterday. Was it yesterday or am I lying?
Yeah, no, it's yesterday.
Retired Colonel Michael R. Murrow, who happens to be the mayor of Grafton, Illinois. He is our honored veteran today on Vic for Vets. Retired Colonel Michael R. Murrow is currently serving as the mayor of Grafton, Illinois. He was elected as mayor in 2021. His military career, Mike began his military career. I'm not calling him Mike. That's disrespectful, right? He called himself Mike. I don't think I should call him Mike. I think I should call him Colonel Morrow.
You go right ahead, Vic.
Colonel Morrow began his military career in July of 1971 and retired from active duty on the 31st of March 2004. So the great news is, as I mentioned, we talked to him yesterday because sometimes we read these, Ken, and they're no longer with us. Some of them die on the battlefield, you know. So he's still with us and still doing great things. And we'll tell you about a great thing he's got going on this Saturday up in Grafton. He faithfully served his country for over 32 years. He served in numerous stateside and overseas military posts and deployed to Desert Shield and Desert Storm. He was promoted to colonel and served as the district engineer of the St. Louis District in St. Louis, Missouri. After 9/11, he was selected to serve as the CENTCOM engineer and deployed to Afghanistan, Qatar, and Iraq. So, I mean, they got the right guy. His civilian career, Mike retired from the Army in 2004, started his own company, Morrow Group USA Incorporated, which was an Illinois-based service-disabled veteran-owned small business consulting firm. Let me read that again, okay? It was an Illinois-based service-disabled veterans-owned small business consulting firm. Love that. Designed and staffed to assist clients in strategic business development. On March 1st, 2010, the Colonel joined Triumph Group as the president of Triumph Fabrications, which is a multi-state aerospace manufacturing company with 2 locations, one in Illinois and the other in South Carolina, with a combined annual budget of over $25 million. Now, what he's got going on, the National Memorial of Military Ascent. The Colonel is currently the president of the board of directors of the National Memorial of Military Ascent, a 501c3 nonprofit dedicated to establishing a military campus and memorial to honor our nation's veterans in Grafton, Illinois. Like Grafton, Illinois isn't beautiful enough on its own. That ride up the river road there.
Caddy and I take it all the time when we just want to go drive.
What a great view.
Yeah.
Right? What's the water park where it's cool when it's
Grafton,
Raging Rivers.
Yeah.
It's cool when it's hot.
We used to do, the river did all kinds of things out there all the time with Raging Rivers. We'd go there for events, do sponsored events. And then we did the benefits bike riding up that way.
Oh, that's right.
Incredible bike trails.
Yeah.
I used to do it with Jason Miller every year.
Oh, boy, Jason Miller. It's just a beautiful area, and now to make it even more beautiful, this military ascent structure. What do you call it?
Yeah, it's a presentation. I mean, it's the whole cliff.
The colonel is a graduate of the Officer Candidate School, the Engineer Officer Basic and Advanced Courses, Atomic Demolitions Munitions Course, and the Airborne Ranger and Recondo College and the Air War College. He received an associate degree in mechanical design, Columbia College, Missouri, and his Master of Science in Administration degrees from Central Michigan University. His awards, his military awards and decorations include the Joint Distinguished Service Medal, Legion of Merit, Bronze Star Medal, Joint Meritorious Service Medal, Meritorious Service Medal with 6 oak leaf clusters, 6 OLC, Army Commendation Medal, 1 OLC, Army Achievement Medal, 2 OLCs there, my gosh, Good Conduct, Humanitarian Service Medal, Global War on Terrorism Medal. That should go first, shouldn't it? The Global War on Terrorism Medal, that should be number 1. And numerous campaign and service ribbons, and his parachutists and ranger badges. Retired Colonel Michael R. Murrow is the president of the National Memorial of Military Ascent and happens to be the mayor of Grafton, Illinois. And Vic for Vets, we couldn't do it without the support of our friends Alamo Military Collectibles, Gemini Wealth Group, Heroes Care Incorporated, Michael's Funeral Home, and Freddie's Market. Well, you know what, Ken? I think this is a great thing. Because you sent me, you said, you got to check this out, all in caps.
Oh, it's amazing to me. You can get a statue, and they're beautiful. They're amazing, and I'm sure they all together would have been great. But to put them on an actual cliff, the whole activity that they were doing, and they were losing their lives. I mean, we're going to look at that thing, and it's going to be the unveiling this Saturday. Mm-hmm. It's the National Memorial of Military Ascent, and I mean, it's not just going to be an unveiling, but you're going to be able to see this thing from the road every single day you go by there. If you want more information about it, by the way, you can go to graftonmemorial.org. They're actually, Vic, going to be live streaming apparently.
Saturday,
yeah.
Great.
Please join us for a special live stream June 6th, Saturday, at 8:30 a.m. Central Time. So they're going to start that before the actual unveiling. So if you go to graftonmemorial.org, if you can't make it there, go to there and you'll be able to see it.
And that's a really easy website to remember, right? graftonmemorial.org.
Yeah.
So 2 things. First of all, Saturday, Ken, is the anniversary of D-Day.
Yeah.
June 6, 1944. We'll play some stuff tomorrow to commemorate that. And did you notice that they're climbing this ladder and one of them's falling off?
Yeah.
You just talked about some people didn't make it back from that, just like tons of soldiers didn't make it back from D-Day.
Right.
And I think that makes it more real because it can't be this rosy picture that everybody made it. Everybody made it up the cliff.
Right.
Some of them didn't. And am I wrong? Is there somebody look like they're falling off?
I can't see it here, but yes, I saw the
artist rendition.
Artist rendition of it, and that's what it looked like to me.
Did it jump right out at you?
Yeah, big time, because it's very real, and it's not sugarcoating. It's what happened. And I just want to say to the Mayor Mike, thanks for contributing to us for Vic for Vets and the Veterans Appreciation Month. We really do appreciate it.
Exactly right. And get out there if you can, and take that River Road Drive. What's the name? The loading dock is the bar at the end there.
Yeah. What's the deal with that?
Well, I went up there one time, and they had these little bungalows, And I said, "What is that?" He goes, "Well, you can rent one for the night if you've had too much to drink."
That's great. Because a lot of times people have to travel a lot. A lot of times, probably a lot of their clientele is from out of town.
And let's be real, it's a drive.
It is
367 all the way up.
That's the whole point, though.
I get it. But okay, I don't know. I was talking about my wife. I was talking to my wife about this yesterday. In New Jersey, if you live in New Jersey and you commute to work, you drive, your commute will never be less than 45 minutes. That's no traffic. With traffic, like an hour and 15. just to get to work.
Well, yeah.
And that's a long drive.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No, if you plan, if that's what you're going to do, because like I said, my wife and I occasionally will go up that way and just drive.
Did you say plan?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
But Vic,
What that means.
I love Grafton in particular because, and that Great River Road, because that was actually a catalyst to me becoming a full on-air person in St. Louis radio.
Tell me more.
Well, because when I worked at the River, I was working part-time, and the program director that we both dislike at the
Nazi.
time, he said at the time, listen, you're never going to be in radio. You're in St. Louis. He goes, you can do whatever you got to do outside radio and wherever, but you're never going to be full-time. I said, okay. So I decided. So we went up the Great River Road. We're just driving. We weren't planning to do this. We crossed over back into Missouri eventually, and we're driving along up in Bowling Green, Franklin County. We come upon this barn, and this barn, I thought, well, it's just a barn, but then I looked, and it said cow pasture radio, and I'm like, I just got to stop. I don't even know why. My wife said, why the hell are you stopping? I go, I just want to look, because I was in radio. I go in. I knew the program director.
Oh, wow.
I went to school with him. And then the owner goes, hey, would you like to come on up here and just maybe, I don't know, we're looking for somebody who just so happens, a production person and an on-air afternoon guy. Yeah. I said, well, I'll audition. I'll try. Yeah. Got the gig. Got a full-time gig, right? Getting ready to quit downtown St. Louis because I was working at the River full-time, 7 to midnight, and working up at this radio. I was going about 180 miles a day. I went through 2 cars, Vic.
Oh, boy.
The day that I was going to contact my general manager and say, look, I got to move up there. I'll see you later. I can't work for the River anymore. He said, nope, that ain't going to happen. The next day, this douchebag called me and said, instead of saying you'll never work in radio, he offered me the full-time job.
Yeah, pressure from above.
So that's how that happened. So up there, Grafton, Great River Road, a lot of influence on my life.
Yeah. And that guy was the guy, he it's not like he was hard to work for. It was hard. He's just hard to be around.
Yeah.
Because he had this pompous arrogance about him that he was like, yeah, I'm a student of the game, he would say.
And then I'll never forget Market 272. That's the market he went to from St. Louis.
Oh, be damn. What a step up.
Because he was fired about 3 months later.
And there was something else that he, I don't know. The radio station we were up against changed something or changed the record, did something. He goes, they blinked. Like he's like some army general with the binocular. They blinked. We're going to win. And, all right, can I just a little bit of bragging, just a little?
Oh, yeah. Heck yeah.
When I was at the River, we had a guy who was an operations manager who just let me do whatever I wanted to do. I didn't ask to do whatever I wanted to do. I just did stuff.
No, you know why you got to do it? Because you were number one in the market.
The ratings were pretty good. Yeah, the ratings were pretty good.
No, they were great.
So he comes in as the new program director under this operations manager, and he's talking about all the air staff. He doesn't mention me until the end, and he goes, and Vic, let him do what he does because he's winning, and don't you stop him.
And it was so good to be able to do that because you had a show that everybody wanted to listen to.
And when he would tell me, why did you play that?
What was it?
I was able to just say, shut up, Mike, okay? I played it because
Right?
I like. You know what the song was? Cut It Up and Cry by Sonia Dada. I'll never forget it.
Really?
Yep.
So he didn't like Sonia Dada?
No, he's a student of the game. And that didn't follow. Oh, my God! The new Paul McCartney record came out, right?
Yeah.
And I said, why aren't we playing this McCartney record? Well, I'm trying to find the relevance. You're trying to find the relevance of a Beatle?
A Beatle?
Really?
Yeah.
God, he was the worst.
So now we're here.
And here we are,
Very
working with
happy.
Ken.
And
Best
he's
time
not.
I've ever had
He's
in radio.
not in St. Louis.
How about he's not? How about you? You having a good time?
The best ever, Vic.
Love
Seriously.
it. All right, Tony Kinnett from the Daily Signal kicks off our next hour in our 3-hour tour.
Whoosh. NewstalkSTL is proud to have Doug Voss of Safe Bunny Radio as part of our lineup each week. Doug has been a staple on the St. Louis radio airways for many years as one of the leading financial experts in the area. You can now hear Doug and Safe Bunny Radio every weekend on NewstalkSTL. But in case you miss anything, you can check it all out at DougVossSafeBunnyRadio.com. What else do our listeners need to know, Doug?
Simply put, I focus on helping pre-retirees and retirees build, preserve, and protect retirement assets, and I've been helping my clients solve their insurance and financial needs for the past 33 years. I also strive to educate my clients on how to prepare for retirement, minimize the impact of market volatility on their assets, and deal with the challenges of increased longevity. Call me today at 844-676-SAFE. That's 844-676-7233.
Doug Voss is a registered representative. Securities offered through DHL Securities, LLLP. Member FINRA and SIPC.
Let's get real. Here's the truth about eliminating Missouri's income tax.
I'm here with State Representative Bishop Davidson. And Bishop, you've heard the complaints about the proposal. Here's your colleague, Representative Ashley Awney.
Frankly, the only thing that this resolution does is increase sales taxes.
So what does this do and what does it not do if we say yes?
The first part of this constitutional amendment is a constitutional shall. It's a guarantee to the people in Missouri that if they vote for this, that their legislature will enact and shall enact legislation to eliminate income taxes using natural economic growth over time. That means when the economy grows, instead of it going back into the coffers of the state, it goes into the pockets of Missourians. The second part is a constitutional may. It allows the legislature to have a conversation around sales taxes, but only so that they can eliminate income taxes faster and reduce local tax rates like personal property tax and real property.
Get the facts at afpmissouri.com.
KLGY HD3 Clayton, K270BW Bellefonte, KNBS Bowling Green.
This is News Talk STL at 1019, 94.1, and always streaming at NewstalkSTL.com.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall, I'm Ken Lorman. President Trump isn't impressed that the House passed a resolution designed to force him to end the Iran war, calling the move meaningless. He writes on Truth Social, the House voted for bad Republicans and all of the, as he put it, Democrats to limit my war powers right in the middle of my final negotiations to end the war with the Islamic Republic of Iran. The president will likely reject any measure from Congress to limit his authority. Meantime, he says he's optimistic about reaching a deal, or at least a ceasefire deal with Iran.
The negotiation itself has gone very well, actually. Very well.
Mr. President.
It could happen. I mean, if it happens, and it might not happen, you know, who knows? But if it happens, it could happen like over the weekend.
How do you define
ceasefire? How do you define ceasefire? Pretty much the way it is. It's a different part of the world. You know, I'd say in that part of the world, ceasefire is when you're shooting in a more moderate manner.
Elsewhere, Hezbollah has rejected the latest ceasefire agreement between Israel and the Lebanese government and demanded a complete Israeli withdrawal. That curfew to curb violent protests around the ICE detention center in New Jersey has been lifted.
Newark's Mayor Democrat Ross Baraka lifting the curfew for now outside Delaney Hall, the ICE detention center where violent clashes have happened outside and where violent criminal illegal aliens are being held inside the building. New Jersey Governor Democrat Mikey Sherrill asking the New Jersey State Police to patrol outside the facility in an effort to control violent agitators, many who are from out of state and specifically from Portland. Laura Winters reporting.
Former National Security Advisor John Bolton has agreed to plead guilty to a single count of retaining classified info under a deal with the Justice Department that could allow him to avoid prison time. This is Town Hall News.
Here's something nobody tells you about owning a home. While you were at work, your house was working too. Property values went up. You paid down principal. Your house quietly earned you tens of thousands of dollars, maybe a lot more, and never asked for a thing in return. The average American homeowner has built 6 figures in equity over the last few years. 6 figures! And most have never collected a penny of it. Fellowship Home Loans helps you collect. For over 20 years, Mike and Brian have shown families how to put that equity to work. A HELOC, a cash-out refi. Money for the renovation, the debt consolidation you need, or that project you've been putting off. Everything is done in-house. One roof, one team, all with a servant-led mentality. People who treat you like family. Your home already paid you. Go cash the check. Go to fellowshiphomeloans.com/Mike G or call 800-510-MIKE. 800-510-6453. 800-510-MIKE. Fellowship Home Loans. Mortgage lending by the book.
Nationwide Mortgage Bankers, DBA Fellowship Home Loans, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 81938.
This hour of News Talk STL is brought to you by Stifel, serving investors for over 130 years. Contact your Stifel financial advisor at stifel.com. That's STIFEL.com.
Tim Jones here to introduce you to your new favorite roofing company, Corel Roofing. There were most homeowner insurance policies require claims to be filed within 1 year, so time's running out for a closer look. At Corel Roofing Company, you get a local roofing specialist who will advocate for you every step of the way. Give yourself peace of mind. Schedule your roof inspection today with Corel Roofing at CorelRoofingCo.com. That's CorelRoofingCo.com.
Summer is here at Daniel's Farm and Greenhouses on Juggerman in St. Peters. Discover our breathtaking 1,000 hanging baskets, hundreds of perennials, and 100,000 pots of colorful annuals. From vegetable plants to premium grass seed, mulch to herbs, our knowledgeable staff is ready to answer all your questions. Start spring off right with pansies, potted tulips, and everything your garden craves. Daniel's Farm and Greenhouses. Visit us today on Juggerman or online at danielsfarmandgreenhouses.com. Hey families, grab your fishing hats and head to Pierre Marquette State Park in Grafton June 6th for the 37th annual Two Rivers Family Fishing Fair. Enjoy trout and bluegill ponds, 30 outdoor educational activities, a 4,000-gallon aquarium, and special appearances by legendary fisherman Jimmy Houston and Duck Dynasty's Mountain Man. Fishing poles, bait, and supplies provided. And the whole event is absolutely free. It's the perfect day for the whole family. Saturday, June 6th, Pierre Marquette State Park, Grafton, Illinois.
This hour, the Vic Porcelli Show, brought to you by the Trolley Stop Bakery, the official bakery of the Vic Porcelli Show. You're listening to the Vic Porcelli Show.
For a 3-hour tour, a 3-hour tour. The weather started getting rough.
We squeeze in a dry hump day under partly sunny skies.
From New Jersey to Baldwin, Missouri, two behind the microphone, taking the whoosh to the radical left and the putrid swamp. You're listening to the Vic Porcelli Show. Here he is, Vic Porcelli.
Oh, that snuck up on me.
It did.
Final hour of our 3-hour tour. We're going to talk to Jane Puszkar and Richard West from Francis Howell School District. And apparently they have a nice event coming up we want to let you know about on June 19th and their new show on Saturdays. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the chat box at 11:41. Right now it's time for Tony. Hey, yo, Tony. Hey, Tony.
What's your name? What is your name? Tony!
What a bunch of emasculated politicians.
Tony.
Tony Kinnett.
Gun person. That's a new one. I'm going to keep an eye out for any Mossberg 500s with legs.
Oh, God, Tony, live.
Nobody liked Vic. That's why I'm honored to be here.
Daily Signal national correspondent Tony Kinnett. Good morning, weirdo. How are you?
I'm fantastic, my two St. Louis friends. How are you?
Good. You weren't feeling good earlier in the week. You feeling better now?
I am. I'm feeling so excellent that I could have a rather strange interaction with a supermodel and come away smiling.
Let us know when that happens.
It won't, but nice things to think about as we head into the second half of this week.
All right, listen, I am concerned for everybody's health. Your health, Ken's health, my health. So the thing to do, if you suffer a stroke, the first thing you do, go to Waffle House. And your stroke will go away.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I thought the next thing to do would be to wear a mask and go to a pride parade. That seems to be what everyone else does around this time of year. So exciting times.
Just so you know, I know the pride thing, because here's the thing about pride and LGBT and gay people. I got nothing against them, but I also don't care who you sleep with.
Right.
And that's the only thing that it is. We're gay. We sleep with our same sex. Okay, fine. Why do you need a whole month?
I just don't see the, and also they try to say, well, it's just about acceptance and solidarity. And then there's the guy that's like overweight in the leather bikini that walks on by at that exact moment. I think they hire those guys exclusively for Village People album covers and comedic timing.
There are so many gay conservatives out there that'll make their head spin.
I used to work at a futon store here in St. Louis.
Futon store?
Yeah,
this is an incredible segue.
He'll tie it together.
It actually works a lot with what we're talking about. And I'm sitting there, and it was unfortunate. It was really sad because this man whose partner had passed, okay, and he couldn't get he bought like $3,000 worth of merchandise, but the person who died, his partner, and he couldn't get it out of the store because he wasn't, I guess, certified as a partner. You know, back then you had to have a marriage certificate or something like that. He didn't have it, so the shame is that he couldn't get his stuff out. I can totally agree with a civil union like that. They need to, but that's the way that it is now. It's fine now. This whole month-long thing, it's not needed anymore. It used to be needed because, like you said, solidarity, and they needed to be able to be reinforced to support each other. That's not needed anymore. It's just normal now. It's like, okay, you do your thing. We don't need a whole month to portray it, and we're done. We're good.
No. Now the thing that you got to get out there and support are like guys with tattoos on their boobies of Nazi symbols, right, and that are chatting with 13-year-old girls online and talking about buying Coke back in 21. And no, that's not Hunter Biden, although it's a sad thing that I have to clarify.
It is. And people, since Donald Trump showed up, Trump's a Nazi. He's a Nazi. We hate Nazis. Oh, Plattner's a Nazi. Nazis. We love Nazis. That's basically how the conversation went.
Again, Main Fuhrer is having a rough week. I mean, this man, after he got on tape and said, I think there's going to be no more scandals, and then you heard the RNC cackling in the background. Like, anytime that Susan Collins, of all people, can spike the volleyball in your face, I mean, is just you really shouldn't have set yourself up for that. And scandal after scandal, this guy, I mean, when your own internal polling only shows you up a point, and that's either James Tallarico in Texas or Main Fuhrer up in Maine. I mean, my goodness, at some point, throw in the towel.
That's great. Main Fuhrer. That's awesome. Well, see, here at this radio station, we choose what we want the month to be. And here at this station, June is Veterans Month. And every single day on this station, on this show, we honor a veteran and read their whole history and awards and stuff because we like veterans.
I love it. In Tennessee and in Indiana, they've declared it a Nuclear Family Month, which has really upset all of the suburban liberal women who couldn't, keep their husbands. I mean, they're very, very angry about it, and so they're raging. I mean, I have never seen so many Chardonnay bottles empty.
That's so
it's just so upset, and it's grand. I mean, I don't know. I political theater months of any sort and flavor, if you're not actually honoring individuals specifically, like with a Heritage Month, or for example, of course, what you guys are doing with veterans, then it's just performative. What am I supposed to do? Open up a fun fact about transgender body parts every day of the week? It's like as an advent calendar for the sick? No, thank you.
But see, the nuclear family, what you brought up there, it has meaning, it has purpose, because this country right now is losing people, losing natural citizens. We're not replenishing our population, so that it serves an actual purpose that they hate.
Yeah, I mean, it turns out that if you get an extension cord with 2 male ends on it, that's not going to go very well there, Bob. So, in the case as a former biology teacher, I mean, I once again point to what airline company or car company had the Pride announcement where they showed the different kinds of seat belts, and there were 2 male ends and then 2 female ends, and they're like, every seatbelt matters. And the comments were like, you try to plug in those seatbelts up there, Bob, and you're going to have yourself a problem.
Now, hold on a second. How do you know Bob is gay? You don't know Bob is gay.
Yeah.
No. Bob's just the guy you refer to when you're being really sarcastic. Like if someone's being really stupid, you call him Copernicus or Einstein. Bob just seems like the guy on a construction site. You're like, that ain't going to fit there, Bob. Just
we have
fill in.
Ken and I have a mythical family, I guess we can call it. Whenever things go wrong, it's a married couple named Bill and Marge.
Bill and Marge, yeah.
Marge. You see
Bill and Marge.
Marge, she thinks they're saying, let's go, Brandon. That's where that started.
Right.
With the racetrack.
I feel like that Sebastian Maniscalco also gave me Susan, because whenever he's mad, he's like, "What's your problem, Susan?" And like, it's a good name for it. Fits right in.
When he's talking to the crowd?
Oh yeah. Susan just comes right up. Yeah, it's one of those
damned.
names. Everyone's got a couple names in their pocket. Maybe it's built from past trauma. Maybe you just, I don't know. You picture Hillary Clinton and you just can't help but shout a name out angrily. One of those things.
I just like the name Marge, And Bill, I think, might have come from George Carlin from me, because he was talking about words we don't get to use when we grow up, like fraidy cat. Look at Bill, fraidy cat Bill. So that's what I use. I use Bill because Bill's a fraidy
I like
cat.
it. That's good taste.
Yes. All right, so listen, I don't want time to get away from us here. I want to talk to you. Couldn't wait to talk to you about the Scott Pelley thing. First of all, he looks like he touches little kids. I don't know why. He's just got that face, right?
Yeah. Concerns. I would say that this is the face that not even Planters Peanuts would put on the side of the jar. I hear you.
But he's trying to make himself be this victim, right? And he got fired. Does he forget that he interviewed Andrew McCabe and bought the story that Trump was a Russian asset? How stupid are you to think that we would elect a Russian asset?
There are a ton of movies where Adam Sandler sees other people getting something, and then he also wants to be a part of the thing, and so he then tries to go and do the thing and humiliates himself in the process. That's been like at least 5 Adam Sandler movies where that little trope has been used. That's exactly what's going on with Pelley here. He sees people fawning and losing their minds over Stephen Colbert and losing their minds over Don Lemon and losing their minds over all of these journalists, and he says, I want some of that. So he does what any normal person would do. In front of a crowded room, he goes up and screams, yells at, and threatens his boss because, don't we all? And then essentially does everything but take a dump on the desk and decides, you know what? Here's a bunch of broadcast and FCC violations that the company's going to have to settle. And then says, what are you going to do? Fire me? And CBS is like, the pink slip's been on your desk for a week.
He used the phrase murdering, right? You're murdering 60 Minutes. And so I know you know about our little acronym, right? EDSTOIT, everything Democrats say, the opposite is true.
Yeah, the old projection conjecture. I love it.
He's the one who murdered it with the Andrew McCabe story.
Yeah.
Right? With every story has to include a question about the terrible Trump administration. Leslie Stahl's got to be next. Because Leslie, they spied on my campaign. Sir, we're 60 Minutes. We can't verify that. She was wrong. They never apologized. They never even retracted that story.
And they probably never even verified it.
And forget the climate hoax, right?
Yeah.
They murdered their own show is my point.
Yeah.
But it's also worse for him as an individual. And this is something that happens on the left, that happens on the right. It's why I am so thankful to the dear sweet Lord that the influencer age is finally dying. He was an influencer, by which I mean he was obsessed with himself. So there's a story that Brandy Cruz tells where she was an intern at CBS when Pelley would fill in for Katie Couric. And in the control room one day, she tells the story that he directed the entire film crew to slowly push in the camera shot closer to his face as he took his glasses off. Like, that's how fake and self-obsessed that this man was. And his own newsroom couldn't stand him. He was expecting everyone to go on strike. We're just now finding out everyone was supposed to go on strike when he left, and no one cared. Everyone secretly is sneaking in schnapps to work and toasting each other out of joy because he's insufferable. All of these egotistical morons, from Tucker to Scott Pelley, are just we're done with them. I'm so tired of how you would rather sit there and lick your own elbows than actually give me content that I would enjoy or that I need.
Yeah. And the whole show is just, I don't know.
So it's that bubble, it's that whole egocentric bubble again, Vic.
Yeah.
Because he thought, oh, well, everybody agrees with me, and they're all going to protest my firing.
We call it elitist egocentrism.
You guys are really, really popping in with the terms. But this is the thing, right? You and I, all of us in this conversation here, you, me, and Dupree here, we believe that if we were off the air tomorrow, there wouldn't be weeping or gnashing of teeth, and that if we also start serving the audience garbage, they would go somewhere else. We recognize that it's the product that we serve that actually has a purpose. These people believe that the sun rises and sets with their saggy, wibbling jowls wobbling back and forth on camera. And it doesn't. And so when they finally realize that if they screech like an old harpy, shout out to Megyn Kelly, people are going to leave. If you act like a nerdy moron like Brian Stelter and freak out and fart on camera, people are going to leave. It just so happens.
Yeah.
Goodness.
And, you know, I learned this phrase living here in St. Louis. I grew up in New Jersey, moved here in 1993, been here for 33 years. And the first time I heard the phrase grief to dollar ratio, right? If you got a pain in the ass doing mornings for you, but they're making money, well, the grief to dollar ratio is in the talent's favor, right?
Right.
But if the ratings start going down, the revenue starts going down, then the grief to dollar ratio is in the company's favor, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that's what happened with him.
We have a radio broadcaster here in Indiana who just went through this. He was like kind of like a mainstay in the morning, and then he decided to act like an idiot and got obsessed with himself, and now he does a little podcast to an audience of 200. Whoops.
Yep.
Every time.
I know that Tony Katz is in Indiana. Do you listen to him?
Yeah, he's kind of like a mentor. I mean, you know, we're two TKs who put up with each other, wink, wink. But no, he's not the guy I'm talking about.
No. I didn't think it was because I know Tony's a good guy. But, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tony Katz. Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
So he used to have a show on our station called like Cigarettes and Bourbon or something like that. It was like,
oh yeah, he's such a cigar and a bourbon hound. Yeah.
Yeah, and they would sit around and they'd talk about this great cigar. He had a great name for a co-host, though. I forget what it was. But this is a great cigar. Oh, this whiskey is delicious. And that's the hour? You know what I mean? I mean, nothing against him, but I was like, wow, really? That's it?
I mean, he still does that, and I tease him about this because, you know, I occasionally smoke a pipe full of tobacco when my fellow Baptists aren't looking. But I also try to keep my news broadcast for the evening on, you know, kind of like the news. And, you know, if you can make, you know, kind of a shtick work good for you, that's excellent. But if anyone wants to stop by and, like, listen to me talk about pipe tobacco, I'm going to need you to go outside, read a book, take a walk, and go do something better with your time.
So the show is called Eat, Drink, Smoke.
Yeah, and those are the things that I would rather do than sit down and watch someone talk about doing those things.
Exactly right. You know what, Tony? I'm going to go eat. Not you, Tony. You know what, Tony Katz? I'm going to go eat, drink, and smoke without you.
And I've said this to him, to his face. Again, this is a joke between us. So, like, this isn't going to surprise him when it inevitably gets back to him. But,
yeah.
You know.
And his sidekick's name is Fingers Malloy.
Oh, I like that.
Fingers Malloy. Hey, Fingers Malloy.
Yeah, a great name for, you know, when you're on a podcast about that. Terrible name if you're introduced to a guy with that name at a pride parade. You know, just being quite clear.
Are you Fingers Malloy? Hi.
Hi, Fingers.
Hi,
you
Fingers.
fingered who? I'm sorry.
Hey, watch that finger, Malloy. What are you doing?
Get those fingers away from my boy.
So I don't know why this is reminding me of my dog. You know what I found out? It's because of her name. Calm down there.
I'm going to cough up a lung.
My wife was on the phone with her friend last night. And she says, I've never seen Vic fall in love with a dog like he has with Sally. And I was like, no, that's kind of cool. But it turns out, no, I just spoil her to death, you know, because she was in a what do you call a shelter, and she was hours away from being euthanized, and she's just the perfect dog. So in our house, we name all of our pets after musical theater characters. So her real name is Sally Bowles from Cabaret.
Oh, nice.
But we're Italian, so we got to give her a mafia nickname. So her mafia nickname is Sally Bones. Hey, Sally Bones. You need something done? Call Sally Bones.
And that's why it reminds you of Fingers Malloy because of the name?
The nickname.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Why? What are you trying to say?
That was quite a segue.
I was just trying to put those two together.
I don't try to put those two together. I mean, yeah, no thanks.
Sometimes things just come into my head based on what we're talking about. I don't know how. I can't connect the dots physically, but in my head it makes sense, you two. All right, listen.
I can't wait. Eat, drink, talk about dogs. I'm excited for the next show.
I'd watch that.
Hey.
Eat, drink, smoke, and dogs.
I want to be clear.
Now listen, if the Secret Service dog was listened to during the Correspondent's dinner, maybe they would have kept the guy from running through the hallway there, right?
Or how about not hiring equity staff who are going to sit there and goof off on their phones while the president of the United States is in the next room? You know,
and your job is to protect that guy, by the way.
Right.
Makes me crazy. Yeah. All right, listen, Tony, if you have 30 extra seconds, if you could go to our Facebook page, the News Talk STL Facebook page, and just scroll down on the videos. You'll see, because this morning I exploded on my boss.
Yeah,
I went right into his office and I said, "You are murdering this radio station," and a bunch of other things. So
I was
check.
right here, and he did it in a hoodie and jeans. The cojones on this one.
What's
My
wrong
goodness.
with that? All right, I'm fat. I get it. What else?
No, I'm just saying, like, look, if you walk in like a Patrick Bateman suit to yell at your boss, that's one thing. But like, if you have like the fortitude to walk in there and insult him dressed like Justin Timberlake in 2008, man. That's some confidence.
Do I need this?
Yeah, you do.
From the Daily Signal guy. So watch the video. It's fun. Tony, great to talk to you. Of course, Daily Signal. We see all your stuff, and we'll talk again next Thursday.
Really appreciate you both. Thank you.
The Tonus on X.
That's right.
TONUS.
And YouTube.com/Daily Signal.
He's funny. I didn't think it was that funny that I brought up my dog and he got all crazy laughing. All right, Jane Puszkar's in the house, and so is Richard West. We'll talk to them next on 101.9 and 94.1 News Talk STL. America's celebrating its 250th birthday, and we're celebrating our 5th birthday.
You got it.
Coming up on July 19th.
Like and subscribe to us on Rumble. News Talk STL. The Vic Porcelli Show.
Cisco Systems and Cyber Bastion, a diaspora-owned small business. I want to be clear.
On News Talk STL.
Party, you're going to have to go back toward the center.
News, analysis, and opinion.
I've never called a talk show before, but this just irked me.
101.9 and 94.1 News Talk STL.
Hey, Jamie Allman here, looking for the ultimate escape? Well, welcome to Santino's, where luxury meets authenticity in a stunning 6,000 square foot destination. Browse hundreds of premium cigars in the walk-in humidor. Explore more than 700 bottles of whiskey. Whether it's their non-smoking wine room, gaming lounge with custom poker tables, it's Santino's just off Highway 55 at the Imperial exit. See them at Santino'sCigarCocktails.com. That's Santino'sCigarCocktails.com.
Concerned about the condition of your windows driving up your energy bills? I was too. It's only called STL Windows and Doors. Call today for your free in-home estimate and start saving tomorrow. 314-277-5952 or STLWindowsandDoors.com.
Rhino Shield is engineered to outlast paint by a lot. Backed with our 25-year transferable warranty. Paint a house, shield a home. We do brick, block, stucco, asbestos, steel, aluminum, cedar, and more. We are the only coating company selected by Disney, This Old House, and 3 times on HGTV's Curb Appeal, where all 3 episodes concentrate on unpainted brick. If you maintain or own a business with a tired-looking building, you owe it to yourself to look at Rhino Shield and our beautifully durable color schemes. Evaluations are free. We're making buildings pop and be noticed again, from Champaign to the Lake of the Ozarks, exceeding expectations every day with our products, people, and performance. Now is the time to call 877-25-RHINO, 877-25-RHINO, or go to 877-25rhino.com and see how honest and transparent we really are. Tell them, ladies.
Don't paint, don't Rhino, go Rhino Shield. Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
Producer Joey V of the Tim Jones and Chris Arps Show here, reminding you, don't waste a buck on movies that suck. Listen to Joey V's Movies Fridays at 5:45 for reviews you can trust. Brought to you by Harry J. Steakhouse, Freddy's Market, AAA Motor Speedway, and Best Buy Flooring.
All the information I need on the drive to work.
Mike Ferguson in the morning. I keep it on throughout the day, whether it's local, national, or something big that's happening overseas.
News, analysis, and opinion.
St. Louis is #1 for conservative talk.
News Talk STL.
Talk lines are open now at 314-912-1019. Vic and Ken.
Here's $40 if you leave right now.
No, I stay.
The Vic Porcelli Show on 101.9 and 94.1 News Talk STL.
Can't get rid of us that easy.
That's right.
We're cheap. All right, our great friend Jane Puszkar is here from Francis Howell area. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to call you anymore.
Just call me Jane.
Hi, Jane.
How are you?
Fine. How are you?
Good.
Call me for dinner.
Don't call me late for dinner. That's
Yeah,
the only thing.
okay.
You can't call me late for dinner. So I'm excited because you're going to be on St. Charles Patriot Radio. And that is this Saturday?
Yes, sir. 1 to 2.
And you're with Nick Schroer?
No, I'm with Richard West.
No, just the two of you are doing the show?
Yes.
No.
I think I was told Nick is moving on to bigger and better things. What a coward,
What
Nick.
could be bigger and better than Jane Puszkar?
I know. Come on, Nick. But whatever, yeah. So I don't know what Nick's doing, but I know he's got a lot of irons in the fire, so I respect him for that.
He's got a little too many irons in the fire to talk to us on Tuesday.
I know.
No, did you ever find out what happened there?
Nope.
Oh, he didn't come in on Tuesday?
No.
Oh.
They hate us here.
No, no, they don't. Good heavens, Vic. How could anybody hate Vic Porcelli and Ken Williams?
I agree,
Seriously?
Jane.
Totally agree.
I agree.
You guys are the best.
That's happening Saturday. What time?
It's the mouse races are happening.
No, the show, the radio show.
Just kidding. That was a teaser. The radio show is 1 to 2 on Saturday. Why you two look at each other when I talk? I don't know.
Well, because you said mouse races.
I know.
Okay, so now this fundraising event
Yes,
is
sir.
mouse races. You're going to have to start from zero on this with me, Jane.
Okay.
Is it parimutuel wagering? Is that what it is?
It's legal. No.
The parimutuel wagering is legal.
Yeah, well, we're going to bet on mice. It's just a really fun night. They have these lanes. They're enclosed in glass for the mice. You have like 6 mice, and you bet on them. And whoever runs to the other end of the lane wins.
Yeah.
And that means you win.
Right.
And what they do is they put cheese down there.
Do the mice enjoy this activity?
Sure they do. They get fed.
That's true.
So do you starve your mouse before you?
No, sir. Don't call PETA. No, we don't do that.
Don't call PETA. That's
Yeah.
so funny. So parimutuel wagering
Yes.
is based on the wagering going on right now at this event. So if you have 5 horses and everybody bets on number one, that's going to be your favorite.
Mm-hmm.
And then if only a few people bet on the other horse, that would be the long shot. That's how parimutuel wait. Did I explain that okay?
Yeah, no, I don't know. So you're telling me something I don't understand.
I know what you're talking about. It's kind of a statistical kind of thing where if so many people vote against it, then it increases the odds. No, this is just pure basic betting.
Okay, so where is this event happening?
It's going to happen at the Pipe Fitters I'm sorry, why do I say that? Professional Firefighters Hall on McMenemy in St. Peter's, the most beautiful city and best city to live in the United States, supposedly.
And the firefighters are in on this.
They are.
That's great.
They are.
Yeah.
Yes, on McMenemy.
St. Peter's Bravest, right? Is that what they call them? St. Peter's Bravest?
So this event is going to fundraise for Judy Gambino, County Council District Number 5, and Annette Seavey, who is running against Mike Elam, and Judy Gambino is running against Terry Hollander. Both really critical races and really good people that we need to get into office.
Yeah. And, we talk every once a month, right? We talk to Crazy Joe.
Oh, yeah.
Once a month.
Is it just once a month, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, the first Wednesday of the month.
So fast.
Yeah.
My little brother.
Joe Brazel.
My little brother.
And he is just crazy. I mean, he's great. We love him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's got a screw loose or something, which is good.
Yeah, every time we have him on, the listeners just really enjoy it.
Yeah. So I'm not trying to commandeer your show, but if I could go back to the mouse races a bit, we're going to have the races. We're going to have a 50-50, which everybody likes. We're going to have a heads or tails. I don't know if you guys have ever done that.
I've run them. I've run
you
heads or
have?
tails at trivia night.
Oh,
sure.
my.
Yep.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
You do have the opportunity to name the mouse, and people come up with some really creative names, like sometimes the opponent's names, but whatever. So they hope they lose, but
maybe like my wife knows everything and the wife doesn't know.
Right.
Yeah.
It's the doors open at 6. The event starts at 7. You can bring your own food, or there is a kitchen there that can, cook you up some really good stuff.
Oh, wow. So where's the money going to?
It's going for a fundraiser. They're going to split between Annette Seavey and Judy Gambino for their campaigns.
Yeah.
Very much needed funds.
The Gambinos are in on this?
Yes. Yes.
See, that's cool though. That you're not just asking, "Hey, can you donate?" It's like we'll give you some fun. You can have a great time with people, probably like-minded people, and have a good time and then give some money.
I went to one about a couple months ago, and it was a ton of fun. We just had so much fun. It was a Kentucky Derby theme. This is not a Kentucky Derby thing.
But the Belmont is this Saturday.
Yes. But I can't dress up like that.
Come on, nice hat, Jane.
No, I don't have what do they call those? Fascinators or whatever they call those things you put on your head, isn't it?
I don't know. I only wear mine, occasionally. So
at home.
I only wear mine when I go to the Kentucky Derby.
Oh, okay.
The only time.
You guys are crazy.
Yep.
So it'll be a fun night.
So,
can I? Oh.
Yes, go ahead, Jane.
Go ahead,
you can
Jane.
do whatever you want.
Jane, you go, girl.
You just do what you like.
I'm used to being in charge. I'm sorry.
You go.
I was as a retired healthcare professional, Mr. Porcelli.
I'm listening.
If you think you're having a stroke, you really should not go to Waffle House.
Are you having a stroke?
Yeah. No, I live next to Waffle Horst.
Okay.
Park. So I'm trying to get those two straight in my head. Please don't go to Waffle House. Please call 911. Don't go back to bed.
I think you're wrong. I think you go to Waffle House. First, you go to if you have a stroke, the first thing you do is you go to a campaign event where your wife can say, "Good job, Joe. You answered all the questions."
Oh, that's sad. That's really sad.
And
it's
then
criminal is what
she
that is.
took him to Waffle House.
That's crazy.
I think she wanted him to die.
Yeah.
I really do.
We said that first here on this show before anyone else on national or local media. The first thing that came out in my mind was if your spouse is on a stage, I don't care how national or international it is, being exposed, and you think that he's having a stroke or she's having a stroke, you're there. You're stopping the event. You're walking through and breaking it all up and saying, "Look, I'm taking him to the hospital."
Exactly.
She didn't say a word. Didn't even mention it until recently.
Right, because she didn't think to say it till recently.
Right.
I sent you an email if you could open it up and maybe play it for Jane. So I'm joking. I mean, I think everybody knows I'm joking.
I know.
You know.
But I'm not. Call 911.
Yes, call 911, whatever. But then on the way back, ask the ambulance to stop at Waffle House.
Okay.
So you can see
on the way back.
See Joe Biden having a cup of coffee.
I'm with you.
You got it?
Yes.
So to help out your mouse races,
yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, here are the names of some mouses.
Mice.
Sorry, can I try that again? Here are the names of some mice. That was a horse race at Monmouth Park in New Jersey.
Okay.
And Larry Colmus, the guy who now calls the Kentucky Derby and the Preakness and the Belmont Stakes on NBC News, was the track announcer at Monmouth Park. And he just got stuck with some really funny horse names.
Here come My Wife Knows Everything, and The Wife Doesn't Know on the far outside. Little Miss Macho is fourth. They're into the stretch. Lady Mutata, My Wife Knows Everything.
That's hilarious.
Hold on.
Okay.
It just stopped, Vic.
Technical.
Is that the whole file?
Yeah.
Okay.
The whole file.
So one horse is named My Wife Knows Everything.
Mm-hmm.
The other horse is named The Wife Doesn't Know. And then the funny part is they come down the final stretch and he goes, "My wife knows everything. The wife doesn't know. They're 1 and 2. Of course they are." And that's how they went, "My wife knows everything. The wife doesn't know. The wife knows everything more than the wife doesn't know."
You know, I'm married to Mr. Never Wrong.
Is that right?
He calls me Mrs. Always Right, and I call him Mr. Never Wrong.
There's 2 mouse names right there.
There
for your
you
mouse
go.
races. Right there. Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right, Jane. So just very quickly on your thoughts on, the whole election and the Francis Howell
April
thing. I'm so fearful for people who have a conservative lean who send their kids to the school now.
Oh, I am too. But the election was a better showing than they've had in a while. But at the same time, there weren't enough conservatives that show up. Not this election, but other elections. I have had neighbors tell me, "I forgot to vote." I'm like, I was on the ballot, lady. Come on.
Forgot to vote.
Yeah. I mean, people get busy, but I think, well, okay, sorry.
Ken accepts no
Sorry.
excuses.
We're about to have our first fight here.
Voting
Yeah,
day,
okay.
you vote.
Yeah, I agree with you. It was an it's still a poor showing at 21%, not representative of what the majority of the people really want.
Well, then don't complain.
I'm not complaining.
No, not you.
Oh.
People that don't vote.
Yeah, well, they'll start complaining when their taxes start going. Yeah, when their taxes start going up, their kids are being indoctrinated. When they're outside protesting instead of attending school, they'll start learning things. I mean, that are happening in the school. That and don't forget the pornography and taking pornography out of schools is not book banning. So
we were rooting for you.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. I know you were. Yes, I know, and I truly appreciate all your support. I just think at this point in time, I've gotten involved in a few other things, all good causes, and I'm really excited about the future and carrying on the fight. I was not about to stop.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm busier now than I was. And
crazy.
I can't keep it straight. Can you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, my husband just says back and goes,
"What's his nickname again?"
Mr. Never Wrong.
And what's yours?
Mrs. Always Right.
Jane, thanks.
Thank you. Love you guys.
Thanks, Jane.
Thanks.
We all want to change the world. You tell me that it's evolution. Well, you know.
Stream the Vic Porcelli Show at NewstalkSTL. The Vic Porcelli Show.
Cool, honey bunny. Be cool.
Made in St. Louis for St. Louis. It's NewstalkSTL.
Don't you know that you can count me out?
Colombo and Company.
The Trump administration has sent a warning to a Colorado school district for putting 61 male students on girls' sports teams. Crazy. We'll discuss it Thursday. Plus, Virginia Cruda and Dr. Randy Tobler.
Live and local weekdays at 2 on NewstalkSTL.
Hi, I'm Rodney Wallner.
And I'm Jen Wallner with the Wallner Home Selling Team at Berkshire Hathaway.
Hey, Jen, how do you sell your home for top dollar?
That's easy. Call the Wallner Home Selling Team at 314-810-SOLD.
What if I want a flexible commission plan?
Call the Wallner Home Selling Team at 314-810-SOLD.
What's the best time to sell your home?
Right now, call the Wallner Home Selling Team at 314-810-SOLD.
For all your real estate needs, call the Wallner Home Selling Team at 314-810-SOLD.
That's 314-810-SOLD.
Hey, it's Chris Arps. Becky and I recently discovered a restaurant that's quickly become one of our go-to restaurants, Timothy's in Creve Coeur. Led by executive chef Will Mabry, Timothy's serves contemporary American cuisine with a touch of Southern charm. Dishes like pastrami, smoked lamb, and shrimp and grits. My wife absolutely loved the lobster pot pie, and everything we've tried has been incredible. Amazing house-made desserts and over 500 wines to choose from. Enjoy dinner 7 nights a week, plus lunch, brunch, and private events. Timothy's in Creve Coeur at 12710 Olive Boulevard or online at timothysstl.com.
Remember when food tasted like home? When breakfast was made from scratch and dessert was worth saving room for? At Shorty's Diner, we're serving up down-home breakfasts, lunches, and desserts just like Mom used to make. Fresh, from scratch, every single day. Step back in time with us, where the booths are cozy, Elvis is always in the building, and every plate feels like a hug. On Lackland and Westport, or online at shortysdiners.com. Shorty's Diner. It's not fancy. It's not fat-free. It's just the way it used to be. Don't let spring surprises ruin your comfort. Johnson Heating and Cooling in Wentzville is offering air conditioner checkups for just $99. We'll check your Freon, inspect your condensate hose, and test all electrical connections. Plus, we'll clean your system for no additional charge if you act before June 30th. Keep your home running smoothly this season. Visit johnson-heatingandcooling.com. That's johnson-heatingandcooling.com. Johnson Heating and Cooling. Your comfort, our priority.
Talk lines are open now at 314-912-1019. The Vic Porcelli Show.
Biden's being Biden's being an extremist.
Oh, son of a gun. You thought I was going to say son of a bitch, didn't you?
On Newstalk STL.
You know, Ken? Aerosmith, are you playing here?
Yeah.
Saw them in 1979. That was the first time, and I think the last time, that I went to a concert and came out and I thought I was deaf. I thought I went deaf.
Really?
Because they were so loud.
Yeah.
They were so loud. I get it. But why so loud? You know?
Yeah, I'm thinking about the show that I was Robin Trower, maybe?
Oh, God, he'll do it. Absolutely.
At Mississippi Nights.
Yeah.
It was so loud that my ears were hurting outside the building.
See what I'm saying? I'm surprised we have hearing at all.
Yeah.
Should listen to my father. Turn down the rock and roll.
Turn the rock and roll down.
Turn it down. All right, that's the chat box. Can't even get the heck out of here. We're going to start with Facebook today.
Yeah.
Don't be taking sides, okay?
No, I'm not.
Because they're going to...
I just like...
They're going to start arguing.
I like both. You know what? I just had my first little controversy on Facebook last
You did?
night. Oh, yeah.
Oh, let's hear it.
Well, it's no big deal. But I don't, I don't engage on Facebook. But
I don't either.
I posted a thing about Elon Musk saying that Derek Chauvin should be released.
Minneapolis cop who put his knee on George Floyd. Yeah.
And I personally think that it needs to be relitigated, even though it probably can't.
Yeah.
But I think it should, because
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of evidence in his favor.
Yeah.
So I just go, you're. I thought you were smarter than that.
Oh,
so
really?
I went through the whole thing with him, and I'm like, oh, now Ken, you see, you're doing what the one rule that you have.
You broke your own
broke
rule.
it. And sure enough, but a lot of people are on my side, so that's okay.
No,
But it
wait.
doesn't matter to me. I don't care.
She said, "I thought you were smarter than that."
Yeah.
See, that's their way of thinking. You're conservative. You must be stupid.
Right.
You're smarter than that, stupid.
So then I said, yes, so I am smarter than. I went through the whole thing about how fentanyl was in his system. The coroner report said that it was probably a big factor in his death. Okay. The fentanyl I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And I said, so I am smarter than that. And she goes, oh, see, I'm glad you posted that. You are smarter than that.
So we ran through this whole Minneapolis is burning. Remember that? It was a documentary. And we played clips from it, and we showed you that Derek Chauvin followed the police handbook to the letter.
That was the other part of it, Vic, that I mentioned. That he did exact. You might think it was wrong, but it was exactly what the police force trained him to do.
Yep. And here's the problem with America, okay? Fix this, you'll be able to fix America. George Floyd is a saint somehow, right?
Yeah.
On his birthday, they have a special commemorative thing for him,
The man who held a gun to a pregnant woman's belly.
Right. But the girl from Ukraine who got stabbed to death on the North Carolina subway, they couldn't even put a mural up on the wall for her.
Yeah, why?
That's what I'm saying. Solve that problem, and then we can work our way out and fix this country. Because if you can't put a picture up, a mural of a woman who was murdered on a train,
yeah,
but you can glorify a drug addict who had a gun to a pregnant woman, that's...
Something wrong.
I don't know how the left can even...
There's really something wrong with that, Vic.
Fix that, and then we can spread out and fix the rest of it.
I like how you put that. Something so fundamentally wrong with that you got to fix that before anything else. I like that.
Can't fix the complicated stuff to fix the simple
stuff.
You're
right. You're right, man.
So let's work on that.
The Porcelli perspective again.
Kathleen Whitmore says, "Good morning, Bam Bam. Good morning, Vic Head Patriots. Have a great day, all. Wish." Barbara Heinen, good morning, freedom fighting Vic Heads. Do you see the pattern? 2020, 2026. The rats never change their behavior.
They do not.
That's so true. Good morning, Vic Head Patriots. Thanks, Amy. Amy says,
morning, same boss.
Vic Porcelli and Ken Williams. Yesterday I went with a friend to make morale-boosting kits.
Yes.
To send to our boys overseas, including her husband, Joe.
Isn't that great?
Oh, my God, I love that. New York Post article, this is Robert. New York Post article about the missing scientist's body was found. She was found with a gunshot wound.
Oh, so... Wait a minute.
This is the person
yeah.
who had secrets, military secrets.
Right, I'm just trying to figure out which one it was.
The one that was working on anti-gravity.
Okay, and she was missing.
Now she's not missing, but she is dead. Matter of fact, she's just a skeleton now. And apparently there are gunshot wounds. Hey, Rats, can you put Rat's picture up there? My friend Rat from high school, and you know what? And a year of college, we spent the most time in the game room playing pinball. There was a pinball machine called Surfers. And if you hit the right things to go down, you'd get 5,000 points. And Rat would say, 5 G's, 5 G's. And he was a great baseball player as well. Whoosh. Back at you, Rat.
Whoosh.
This is so awesome, Amy. Yeah, Ken's talking about Amy's thing for the morale building. Thank you. Thank you for doing that. Tom says, check the stock market today? I have not, but I will. Tom says, take this job and shove it. Tom's all revved up today. Jason Gretchel. Jason Gretchel. I don't think.
Hey.
There you go.
How you doing?
I'm the last one in and out. Peace out, Girl Scout. Man, these people have their own language that I don't know about. All right, over to Rumble. Ed Stoitz won. PMS is deuce. Good morning, Patriots. Thank you very much. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. No fair elections.
No peace.
No fair tariffs.
No peace.
No fair chat box.
No peace.
Before I forget, oh my God. Are you ready for this one? Before I forget, the Facebook chat box is the Curly Joe of chat boxes. Remember Curly Joe?
Yes.
Played Curly in the Three Stooges after everybody else died?
Right.
God. No fair chat box to be president. President Pelly Dumbass. Donald John Grover Cleveland Trump. Did he call him a dumbass? Did Trump call Scott Pelley a dumbass?
I don't know. He probably did.
I'm for it. Good morning, all you beautiful, mega, ultra-patriotic, deplorable, garbage, and degenerate, freedom-fighting, God-fearing, big head. Where does Wish?
Whoosh.
Hey, it's good to see you, Ken. It's good. Grandson.
Hey, it's good to see you.
Ken's working hard back there, everybody. And Ed always says, how you doing, Karen? They're predicting that they won't have results for California until the first week in July because of their voting policies. Their voting policies that are called cheating.
Yeah.
What's astonishing? What, Ken?
That's what it comes down to.
Yep. What is astonishing is that we allow this corruption to happen. We have the Second Amendment. We need to be on the offensive and protect our constitutional republic. And I want to know what's going on in California, and I want to know now. I don't want to know weeks from now. I don't want to see, Spencer Pratt be ahead, and then we wake up tomorrow. Oh, you know what's that craziest thing? All these votes for Karen Bass, and there was none for Spencer Pratt.
Well, yeah.
It's crazy.
That's where it's heading.
What happened with Biden? 81 million votes.
But the thing is, they had a big dump of votes that came in later. And that's when it all happened. He was ahead by like a lot.
You're talking about both things you just said. They were talking about California mayor.
Yes.
LA mayor. Okay.
Yeah. And they had all these votes suddenly came in. They said, okay, there's another big batch coming in. And then it just completely flipped to where he only had like a few of those votes. Not even if there were any.
Ken, the exact same thing happened to President Trump in 2020.
Isn't that weird?
Truck full of ballots.
Huh.
Not one for President Trump. That's crazy.
Yeah.
There's Rat up there in his baseball uniform.
Whoosh.
Good-looking guy, isn't he, Rat? Still is, by the way. He looks like that.
Oh, yeah?
I look like this, and he looks like that. Good to have you, Rat. Love you, man. I'm tired of these so-called hearings. If they are subpoenaed, they should walk out the minute the Dem-turds start grandstanding, ask a question pertaining, and wait for an answer. Otherwise, leave.
Yeah, one of the Vic Heads said something, I can't remember who it was, but they said, what's the point of these anymore? What is it?
Please. I hear it every night. Okay?
There's no point to them anymore.
Nothing's going to happen. So stop wasting money. Stop wasting money on these hearings. The only thing is the image, Some people are getting image like Todd Bessent was testifying in front of I think it was a Senate committee, and the senator said, Mr. Bessent, is it true that you said that you were going to go over there and punch him in the face? And Bessent said, no, it's not true. I said I was going to kick his ass. That was his answer.
Yeah, I would say that if you're scheduled to go into a hearing, you should just respond with this.
Here's an idea. Why don't you give me half the money you were going to bet? Then we'll go out back, I'll kick you in the nuts, and we'll call it a day.
And then that's all that will get done.
Exactly right. I fed Blackjack. If Nazi Tattoo Boy wins, the left couldn't jump in his arms fast enough because in their mind, it helps them keep power. Compromise your integrity much? Call President Trump a Nazi, then root for a real Nazi?
Man, I'll tell you, Vic, I'm hoping that he wins. I really am.
Why?
Are you kidding me? Graham Plattner?
Why do you want him to win?
He'll be another leader in the Democrat Party. Another reason for us to say, you see what the Democrat Party is now? You see what they are?
I don't think you're wrong, okay? But that was the exact theory on Mondami running for mayor.
I still feel that way.
But look what's happening, okay?
No. People are seeing it, Vic.
But it might be too late is my point. If he wins and Susan Collins doesn't win, then we might lose a committee chairperson. You know?
Right.
These committees are important. As much as you just said that nothing ever
happened.
happened.
No. I understand what you're saying.
Even
if
it's a
I
Republican,
don't want him to beat Collins.
If anybody is Republican that's a total idiot, at least a Republican who gets us the chairman seat at a hearing.
I think raising his ire right now is where he should be because the Democrats are supporting him. All they want is power. They you know what? If a convicted rapist came up and said, "Look, I can get you guys power. I can actually secure your power in Congress," they go, "Oh, all right, let's have you come in too."
And by the way, here's my phone number. Give your wife my phone number.
Exactly. They wouldn't care. Okay, I'll give it to my wife.
Why is Johnson and Thune and the Republican chairman's calling these hearings to start with no reason? No, I get it, but you need okay. Where are all the patriots today? 2 is the loneliest number. Love how Jeffries conveniently forgets that he was the Democrats that created the Jim Crows. They have no idea. They have no idea that it was the Democrats that started the KKK. That it was the Democrats who started Jim Crow laws.
That should be brought up every single time they open their mouth about racism.
Yeah.
Every time. Oh, well, let's talk about the abolitionists who were not you.
Yeah. Funny how all these libturds complaining about gas prices shouldn't matter if they're all driving their electric vehicles. What do they care?
Right.
What do they care what the gas prices are?
Dadgummit.
Morning, Ken and Vic, Patriot Freedom lovers. There she is. There's Allison. Everybody cheers when Allison shows up.
Hey, how you doing?
Stop me if I'm wrong. Trump sues the IRS and they settle for $1.776 billion. He says make it a fund to repay those who were wronged by the government. Dumbass Dems say no way, Jose. So now they have enriched Trump. They've just enriched Trump. I mean, the level of stupid with these Trump haters is unbelievable. He's the GOAT. Allison, how you doing? Hope well. Scobro, are those brothers?
Scobro?
Scott brothers? Are they Scott brothers?
No, it's just one.
It's one brother?
Scott brothers.
But not the other brother?
No.
Does he have another brother?
I don't know. Maybe.
Forget about it.
Thank you, I will. Trump had him all in a corner. The fund goes towards to aid J6ers. That implies the committees was a fraud. The committee was a fraud. It was a fraud.
Yeah.
They stopped the fund. They enriched Trump. Hilarious. Pelly, another legend in his own mind.
No, he's a dreamer.
Enjoy your very small audience now, MSA. Rachel Maddow says, yeah, Scott Pelly, come on over.
Yeah,
come on.
We suck.
Come suck with us.
You're mocking me, aren't you?
I'll bet. Scott Pelly sounds like the master thespian guy. I'm telling you, he looks like somebody. I'm not saying he is. He looks like somebody who touches little kids. I'm just saying.
Hey, you know.
Playing these fool sound bites is a catch-22. Conservatives need to know how bad they are. At the same time, if they don't get played by any right-side media, they would wither away. Fight back on offense. Win fair state elections. Watch and prosecute vote stealing. Eliminate them. Yes, Beansy's back. Democratic diversity equals segregation. Trump has no friends in Congress. He used to be an executive calling the shots. Nick, everyone knew what it was going to take to dethrone Iran's regime. Time. Regardless of what you're trying to spin, Trump supporters are willing to see this through. How long was the Vietnam War? 20 years?
I don't know exactly.
It was 20 years.
There's somewhere around there.
It was 20 years.
Yeah. Afghanistan, 2021.
Yeah. This is not even close. Just don't give up what you want most for what you want now. And as usual, the true colors of the so-called Republicans like Nike are showing no patience, and they needed instant gratification sooner than later. Weakness at its finest.
Whoosh.
One of the softest generations ever, whose motto it is, if we don't get it now, we will quit and run off throwing a tantrum. Boy, that's a whole generation, right, Kenny?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Oh, no.
Why would you do that?
I don't know. Nate. Oh, Nate. He was talking about Nate.
Yeah.
I wonder who the Nick was.
I thought you got it.
Okay. Hey, Cinderfer. How you doing, baby? Vic?
Hey.
Yeah.
How you doing?
How you doing? Hey, y'all. Wait. Oh my God. Hit the like button. Please hit the like button. Listen to our podcast.
Yeah.
Share our podcast with your
Please.
friends and your enemies.
Please.
And you'll help out the show.
Yeah.
You know?
We do appreciate it every day.
Thanks for putting Rat's picture up there, Kenny.
Yeah, a little bit.
Full swing right there. All right, thank you for having the record player on at night. Listen to us this morning.
Make sure you have the record player on at night.
Jamie Allman and the 3 Martini Lunch.
The award-winning show.
I feel left out that I've never had a martini, and you had a chocolate martini.
I did have one. Maybe 2.
You can't put olives in the bottom, though.
No.
Beat the heat in true Cardinals style on Friday, June 5th, when the Cardinals host the Cincinnati Reds at Busch Stadium. That night, fans will claim a reversible Cardinals bucket hat, presented by Quick Trip. Clean and classic on one side, full ballpark fun on the other. It's made for sunny innings, backyard barbecues, and poolside weekends. All summer long, don't miss out. Get tickets now at cardinals.com/promotions.
This is Andre Palante. Get your tickets now at cardinals.com.
The weekend starts here. Grab your crew and kick it off at Friday Night Live at Busch Stadium. Every Friday night home game, Budweiser Terrace turns into the hottest happy hour in the Lou with $5 beers, $5 hot dogs, $7 margaritas, live music, and more all game long. Meet up with friends, soak in the energy, and keep the night going with baseball under the lights. Good vibes, great deals, your new Friday tradition. Get tickets now at cardinals.com.
Is your retirement income at risk if you or your spouse needs nursing home or in-home care? Hi, I'm Eric Robert, Director of Investments with the ClearPath Wealth Management Group at Stifel and host of On the Money, Saturday mornings at 9 on NewstalkSTL 1019. The cost of long-term care is one of the biggest risks in retirement planning. For many retirees, a single nursing home stay can cause a significant reduction in assets that can permanently reduce your retirement income. Fortunately, there are affordable and flexible options available today that can help you manage the cost of long-term care. Our team can help you address the risks relevant to your retirement, including long-term care. To schedule your free retirement plan consultation, go to clearpathinvesting.com. That's clearpathinvesting.com, or call us at 636-695-2650. That's clearpathinvesting.com or 636-695-2650. Stifel Nicholas and Company Incorporated, member SIPC and NYSE.
KLGY HD3 Clayton, K270BW Bellefonte, KNBS Bowling Green.
This is News Talk STL at 1019, 94.1, and always streaming at NewstalkSTL.com.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. I'm Ken Lorman in Washington. The president says the symbolic House vote approving a war powers resolution that would halt the U.S. military action in Iran was meaningless. Still, Mr. Trump is unhappy that 4 House Republicans joined Democrats in supporting the resolution. He writes on Truth Social, the Democrats are fueled with Trump derangement syndrome. He continued, they would rather have our country fail than give me another of many victories. The 4 Republicans, that's a whole other story. They're grandstanders